Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. We are live and back at it again, folks. We are the Wrestling for Life Network. This is another live stream as we kick off another wonderful week in wrestling with WWE RAW tonight. A crazy one. I joked it's the most talked about title match in 2024 so far. We're going to get into all that, plus the rumors, the news, the buzz, why I might have got myself some heat today, and we're going to talk about it all tonight. So strap in, strap on, grab your snacks, grab your feel good. It's going to be a fun one. Go Bills! Ding, ding, ding. We are live and back at it again, folks. Like I said, we are the Wrestling for Life Network. We are the channel that just covers more live wrestling than anyone else out there. Coming off a 7+ hour marathon stream of 2 shows. We're happy to be back on Monday tonight to get into all the action here. We're going to talk about it all. We got a lot to get into. Big title match. Who else is going to be in the building? People are telling us to prepare for extra fireworks. Damian Priest is in the fold. We're going to talk about it all, me and that pretty face. But make sure you hit like, make sure you hit subscribe, be a part of the family. Don't forget those super chats, those super stickers, and all the membership you can handle for life. So with all that being said, I will remind you, I am every night KJ White, the Iron Man of YouTube. And that is Big Nick.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Wrestling for Life Network proudly brings to you with YouTube Tag Stream Champions of the World, the Every Night Delight, KJ White. I am Big Nick, and let's go, Buffalo. I was about to come out here and say I'm stressed. I was stressed until, thankfully, they managed to pull it out here close enough to when we're going live. But I'm stressed, too, because I'm believing the hype. I'm believing the rumors, the fandom, the basis there that maybe Jinder becomes world heavyweight champion again, two-time champion tonight.
No way. I'm still struggling to see that scenario. I had some conversations today with some of the peeps out there, and I still struggle to think that Seth is going to lose the belt this close to WrestleMania, but who knows? I mean, if you want to spice things up, could he drop the belt? Could it be one of those, maybe he loses it tonight, wins it back at Rumble, wins it back at Chamber, and is still the champ going into Mania? Possibly. Anything is possible. And after the weekend we just had, man, I mean, I saw that chat, Rumble in 2 weeks. We got so much coming your way from this channel and so much wrestling to cover. I cannot wait. It's going to be a fun one, Nick.
Oh, absolutely. I was clicking on it because bringing up it could only have a 2-week run.
Yeah.
So he could always, drop it back at Rumble. But yeah, if after what we had this past weekend, Nick Nemeth, Dolph Ziggler shows up in TNA, Jungle Boy, Jungle Jackass, Jack Perry shows up.
Yeah, Castaway Jack Perry.
Yeah, well, I really liked that, even though I know we joke about Jungle Boy and all of that, but I think that him over in New Japan actually would work. I obviously don't think that he's truly out of AEW, but it's the best way to come back for him after everything with Punk. Yeah,
that's what I said on Saturday night was, this is probably good for him. The New Japan audience doesn't have, any tie-ups because the AEW fan base is split. Some love him, some hate him, but at the end of the day, he can go there, get some matches in, and time heals most wounds, right? So if he has a good showing over New Japan, gets in a few good matches, maybe the beard brings a whole new level of seriousness.
To the day destroy the night. 95 a day.
So we'll see. I mean, ultimately, I didn't know where they were going to fit him back in. Like, you bring him back out on a Dynamite and run after like a Joe or run after someone else, it might not go well no matter what. People might tune it out because it's Jack Perry.
This is the best way you could bring him back, and bringing it back to my original point. If this is the start of 2024 in pro wrestling, we're 2 weeks in, strap on and strap in, like we always say, 100%. And so, goddamn it, wide and left.
I thought that was a replay of the first of earlier.
Yeah. No, the first one was blocked.
Yeah.
But Also, so if it's not Jinder, do we see a cash in? That's been the other big rumors that Damian Priest might cash in tonight. So the odds seem to not be in the favor of Seth Rollins leaving tonight with the World Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah, I mean, again, a lot of people looking at, Seth. Could Punk somehow get involved in the whole situation and cost Seth? We've been talking about the cash in. I know the chat, some of our friends in the chat have talked about the idea that, Damian can't keep faking us. Like, we've gone through what, 5, 6, 7, 8 almost cash ins. You either got to pull it's shit or get off the pot with this one. Pull the trigger and, either, make your cash in, whether it's successful or not. I don't care. But the whole fake out, we're getting to the boy that cries wolf syndrome here.
But to me, well, my whole thing is more of, is he going to successfully cash it in? I understand that it's been a lot of, they kind of teased and they don't, but I feel like they do that every time with every Money in the Bank. But the only times that they don't is when you clearly know that the person that has it is winning the championship at some point. A la Rollins, something like that.
Yeah, and I still, my hope is that, Damian definitely has a successful cash in. I like Damian. I like what he's done. He's been an absolute pro for this company, even doing jobs going back to last year for a Bad Bunny. I think he's been great. And I think him with the title, with the world title, it would be good for him. It would be good for business. And it mixes shit up. Surprise us. If we're all waiting for the obvious shit to happen, surprise us.
And everything you just said applies to Jinder Mahal. That's why the modern day Maharaja is leaving tonight as World Heavyweight Champion. They got to do it.
Kurt, man, welcome. He does not think so. What a waste. We all hate Jinder. I don't hate Jinder. You don't hinder the Jinder.
No one hinders the Jinder. That's what backfired on Tony. You hindered the Jinder.
Yeah, and you're supposed to have some level of hate for the guy. Don't get me wrong. He is, but he's an outstanding heel. He really is. And I mean, that the hatred he garners is for that. Yeah, in the past, has he been a little clunky or a little? Yeah, but I mean, we saw what he did as a heel when he shocked the world the last time he won the belt. So, hey, let's go for it.
Interesting enough that has Jinder Mahal gotten to this point that he's been that involved and that invested in that long term with the company, and he's been such a kind of staple guy, been a corporate guy, 100% will go out there and do whatever. I mean, he sat there and earlier was getting torn apart by The Rock. He was, everybody's going to boo him because he was supposed to be the big surprise. So what if they just let him fucking have it? Thank you for your service. And he does get, he's got the size to be in that division, and no one's saying that he's going to go all the way till WrestleMania or something like that. It's not like we're changing the plans. It's going to be Jinder versus CM Punk at Mania. No, we're not saying that.
Yeah,
but just for a moment.
Yeah, and I think that's the big caveat to it is people see what happens right now and they think it translates to the next 2 months, the next 3 months, the next 4 months, but not necessarily. Like, we could see a lot happen, right? And again, if you have a baby face like Seth or Punk or Sammy, or the list goes on, if you have solid baby faces chasing down this guy that nobody wants to see as champion, well, that's what wrestling's built on.
Right. Well, and does Seth Punk need the title?
Maybe not. I think it's more intriguing, and I kind of, does it still main event night one if it's not for the title, or is it? If Seth doesn't get the belt back, I think Punk winning the Rumble and going on to main event WrestleMania, which is his plan.
You kind of need him to have the belt,
right?
Well, and even that we said earlier, if Jinder could just win it back in 2, or drop it back in 2 weeks, if anything, at the Rumble.
Yeah, drop it at the Rumble, drop it at Chamber. It's okay. It's okay. I mean, you keep in mind, like Chamber going, over to Australia and being in Perth. I mean, proximity-wise for the geographical, if you send Jinder over there as a champion, there might be some marketing elements to that for sure.
Right.
What's up, Diane? How you doing? Yes, Raw tonight. Yes, we can't show copyright footage, but we will be your alternative commentary for the whole damn show.
Right. Sorry, I'm just counting down the last couple of seconds here as I'm also seeing this chat fucking blow up here as I got Christian, I got Ricky, I got Juggalette Jen. Oh no, she said something that I wanted to click on because I'm like, so now which one of us is she talking about, respectfully?
I don't
On a
know.
nicely groomed beard. I think you'd get the advantage, sir. I will respectfully bend the knee, but
I appreciate that, sir. I appreciate that. Definitely quaffed as much as I can some days.
Manscaped, get at us.
Shout out Manscaped for not just your face, folks.
Hashtag not sponsored.
Yeah. Looking forward to Seth versus Jinder in a barbed wire exploding ring death match. There you go. Not a
Should have
Punjabi
been a Punjabi prison match.
Looking forward to Seth. A lot of people looking forward to it. How much of people looking forward to this is direct result of Tony Khan and his BS?
That's why we put it in the fucking thumbnail, folks.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of social media things to talk about when it comes to AEW, and we will tonight. But yeah, I mean, it's a very like this match when it was announced, we were like, okay, another nice win for Seth, keep him busy while we head towards the big shows and Punk, and then all of a sudden it became this thing of like, go Jinder, go Jinder, go.
Right, don't hinder the Jinder. The don't hinder movement fucking rose up in an uproar until like once Tony tweeted. That's the thing is, this would have just been, okay, it's another Monday Night Raw. We're on the road to Rumble. Let's see what continues on here. We would have been focusing more on R-Truth teaming up with the Miz and getting the Awesome Truth back together. Well, then we realistically would have Seth versus Jinder until Tony started tweeting.
Yeah. Don't be a twit. Don't start tweeting. Shout out to the Buffalo Bills there. You must be very happy, my friend, but they're moving on.
You make me want to shout, put my hands up and shout.
Snow be damned. We're going to win. There you go.
Well, shout out to everyone that was actually like trugging through the snow to get to their seats. I mean, respectfully, you can have that. That's even what I'm mad at. They had to clear off the field just so they could even play.
Yeah. Snowballs everywhere right now. Like the people are loving it. I'm sure the atmosphere, but again, you see, it can't be the best environment. The semi-frozen ground and
my guy. This is Buffalo. This is Bill's Mafia. There was a dude that sat there and took his shirt off as he's shoveling, getting paid $20 an hour, and slides down the whole slide wall, the chute that they have for all the snow.
Right. What's up, AJ? What's up, RJ? What's up, Easy Bake? How's it going? Damian, as always, looking forward to stuff. Dale giving congrats to the big Bill. I almost said Big Bills.
But that's all, folks. That's all the Pittsburgh Steelers.
But yeah, big game. Hey, I mean, at least the Steelers made it interesting for a little while.
And I know I'm clipping ahead and skipping ahead here and everything, but Mega pointing out Bills beat. Well, he's saying Bills beat Chiefs, but yeah. So next weekend we get the Chiefs at home in Buffalo.
There you go.
Whoa. Rivalry game.
There you go. The KC going on the road. Pack your bags, Swift. We're going to Buffalo.
Have you seen everybody going on social media like syncing up her doing all of this shit in the fucking booth with top rope up?
No, I haven't.
I swear when
I drive. What's up, Richard? I'm sure Seth versus Jinder main event, and I wonder how it ends. I see Priest trying to cash in, but Drew comes out and attacks him. But been there, done that. That's my only fear with that scenario. And it will main event. It has to main event.
We get the 3MB implodes upon itself.
Right? Or, Drew helps Jinder, and then 3MB almost gets back together.
Hey, that could be a match. That could be a feud if Jinder actually holds the world title here.
Right. What's going on, Juan? What's going on? How you doing? Women's matches. Has anything been announced for women's matches tonight?
I'm on the website. No. So far, all that's been announced, or at least according to WWE's website, that what they have up is Seth versus Jinder, the Awesome Truth versus Finn Balor and Priest, Dirty Dom and JD versus DIY, and Gunther returns.
So Gunther's in the Return Club where he's like Roman, he's like Punk, he's like, so many others that like they return. So Gunther is in that upper echelon talent now. So very interesting. Christian, right. Good to see. Ronnie's back. Gave us a like as usual. Alexis, how you doing?
Just start filling in your roll call names here before we get with the stream here. This is getting hot and heavy up in here, but we do try and click on everybody.
Any other business? Welcome. New Japan has a good working relationship with AEW. The contract ripping up must have been agreed on. Yeah, 100%. I believe it's a work. It was a good visual, though. I don't think Jack Perry really quit. Then again, you did point out on Saturday, who knows with this company?
Well, 100%. Well, and even then, New Japan right now is in the catbird seat with this whole situation. They've got a partnership and a deal with TNA, which has also got a deal with AAA.
Yep.
And you've got a deal with AW. So they can really just beg, borrow, and plead with anybody else, and they can just work any storyline across any promotion.
Yeah. Boo earns to the Bruins, but good to see you, Ronnie. It's -7 here. Mike, welcome back. That's stay indoors weather for sure. We're pushing -14-ish.
No, well, now clarify for those new that
Celsius.
You're probably talking Celsius. So Fahrenheit's like a whole different ballgame.
Yeah, not comfortable. I don't know. Do you guys go -7 Fahrenheit? Is that not like?
Yes, we have negative.
Do you guys have negative? I know freezing's at like 32, 33. So
32 is freezing. 0, and then then we do still have negative, but that's the Kansas City Dolphins game. That was in the negatives.
Right. It's that old joke of like, it's -45 Fahrenheit or Celsius. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. That would be good if Punk, welcome back, Boston. Speaking of Boston, Punk appearance without being told it's happening. I agree with that as well. Like if Punk was happen to show up, and again, surprises, curveballs, it seems well within the realm of what Triple H has been doing. I'm all for it. So we don't have to know everything in advance. And I think sometimes, AEW or Tony gets a little guilty of giving too much away to the media. This is better.
Well, and everything so far in 2024 has very much shown that that's going to be a much bigger detriment going forward for Tony of telling stuff ahead of time. Because like I was saying before, we got Dolph Ziggler showing up in TNA. We had Jungle Boy in New Japan. We still don't know exactly what's going on with Hammerstone and TNA. Okada is still floating out there. Mercedes is still floating out there. We just had it announced before we went live with Matt Cardona versus Dolph Ziggler, Nick Nemeth, and GCW.
That match is going to cook. I'm happy to see that.
100%. I think, respectfully, Nick Nemeth, Dolph Ziggler saw what his buddy Matt Cardona was doing out on the indies and just said, hey, I can do exactly what he's doing. So let me just do that for a hot minute.
Yeah, and we saw it with Top Dollar is a different story because he's not the same level of star, but he didn't jump into another contract. Nick didn't do it. We also had Ali. He could have went over to AEW. We thought he might, but it's this explore the world, spend some time and get bookings everywhere. And I think it's been good for business. It's good for the athletes. I like this a lot.
Oh, 100%. Well, you put some respect on the Cheese It Champion's name. But absolutely, this has been interesting, and one of the best things for pro wrestling, especially already this year, is every kind of big free agent move or debut or anything doesn't involve AEW, and even a little bit doesn't involve WWE.
No, it's and again, that might change coming into Rumble and such, but again, the big surprises have been TNA Wrestling signed somebody. New Japan's got a couple new bodies running around. And you're setting up things like, the Windy City event April 2nd, Riot, that it's going to be fun because the faces are going to be on it. I do like what Boston said here. That's why I left it up. I had this thought today too of Damian goes to cash in, and it is actually Judgment Day that fooies it up. And
that causes the split.
Yeah, how dare you? Or maybe we finally find out that the purple case is a ruse. I don't know.
We get a gimmick on a gimmick, a hat on a hat. Not only do we have Jinder almost win, but then on top of that, we have a false briefcase.
Right, but again, it could be the demise of the Judgment Day.
Respectfully, as much as they've been cooking, and 100%, sometimes you want to just let them cook. But we've all been kind of waiting for when's that crack going to start to form. We've seen teases of it. We're seeing maybe teases of it with our truth. But yeah.
Is there a chance that, does Awesome Truth leave Raw as new tag champions?
is it for the belt? I can't remember.
I don't
didn't
know.
see
I'm
them
hoping.
advertise it for the belts. I think it was just a match.
Oh, a match? Well, they
either way, if they pick up the win, that's the thing is, could we see R-Truth be the kind of crack the divide like Sammy was a little bit with the bloodline?
I think so. And I mean, with as hot as R-Truth is right now, I'd be okay with them riding that hot hand. If Miz has got over as a babyface, shockingly, and now you put him back with R-Truth, and everyone's happy and buying the shit out of R-Truth's merch. So you make them tag champs, and it adds to the demise of Judgment Day.
You build to that being a tag team title match at like Mania, maybe.
Yeah. Interesting.
You can make it work. It might be. I wonder if you have enough or too much runway to, you might overstay your welcome a little bit. But yeah, I could see that.
Facts. Ricky in the house. Good to see you, Ricky. Jinder will win tonight because of Drew. Then Damian will cash in, and Drew cost Priest to cash in. Jinder new champ. Well, that's going to make for a chaotic main event. So, yes, let's go. I'm looking forward to it.
Swing your partner round and round.
A lot of congrats for you as far as the Bills go.
I don't play for them. I just cheer for them.
There you go. So, congrats to the Bills.
Right.
And to the Cowboys. I called it. I was pretty proud that I called that this week. Of like, there's the Cowboys are just infamous for shooting themselves in the foot. And here we go again.
I think the record is going almost as long as the Lions record's been going for the Cowboys of not winning. Which, by the way, with the side note with the Detroit Rams game, I liked how they included Eminem into the whole like pre-show of like Stafford, you owe me, motherfucker.
What's up, Kevin? How you doing? There you go. Last Week in Wrestling podcast. Good to see you. Good to see you. Thank you for stopping by. Juggalette Jen is just happy the Steelers lost. I'm with you. I had a really good friend that loved the Steelers, so I hate them. Game's not over yet. Yeah, it is now, so we're behind for sure. Anthony Stevenson. I will love Damian to win the title, but not a member of the Judgment Day. Yeah, fair enough. Who else we got in this chat? The chat is blowing up. Make sure, be a friend, tell a friend. We are about 6 minutes away by my tally from the start of the show. But Curtis is here with the over-under on 12 commercial breaks tonight.
12.
I go over.
Okay, well, I'll do a secondary parlay bet here of, do we have more commercial breaks than the Pittsburgh Steelers scored points?
How many points did they get?
14.
Was it 14? Yeah, I go on. I'm in between 12 and 14. I'm gonna go first. What's up, Fred Box? Good to see you. Corey Williams is back with us. What's up, my guys? I don't give a damn what the temperature is. Tell me what the feel like is. There you go. Yeah, the whole time out. And I hate that because I deal with it a lot in Canada of like, it's 25 degrees, but it feels like 35. No, what is it? Temperature is based on touch.
100%. Oh, they scored 17 points, by the way. But
Definitely.
Yeah, 100% though. To me, well, being a meteorologist, respectfully, and I guess we're going to kill our entire meteorologist audience right now. So do with that what you will. But to be wrong 95 or at least from 75 to 95% of the time, you sound like Dave Meltzer showing us that for something. But if I could do that and get paid, I mean, holy shit.
And the weathermen are the dirt sheet writers of the news.
Facts. That's legit. But it's, again, how inaccurate of a fucking science is it that it's just this is what science says it is, and this is what it feels like it is. Oh, so then what the fuck is it?
I'm standing outside. It feels like minus 25. Oh, but
so then guess what? It's minus 25 to me. It might be minus 13 to you. But
right? Like you hand somebody a hot plate and you say it's piping hot, and they touch it and they're like, "You're right. I burnt my finger on it, but it only felt warm." Like, what do you mean? Fuck off.
We're gonna get all up in the vitamins right now. Reality is just a man-made construct. Everything is just what you perceive it to be.
The Matrix.
So you're Morpheus and I'm
people just logging off right away. There we go. Tampa Babe Bucks all day. The Kansas City Swifties. Yeah, it hasn't gone as nice as they want, but Dale not having any of it. Eric Tate, good to see ya.
Sorry, I'm gonna skip the line of shout out Sophie, shout out Daniel, Tyler, all of that. But where was it? I like this one a lot. Meteorologists should get star rating for yesterday's forecast.
I like it. It would be
they gotta get like tornadoes or something like stormy clouds.
Right. Prayer score Jade out 6 to 9 months, torn ACL. You and I talked about this earlier today a bit in the chat of, the lady just came back after an extensive, break and dealing with injury. It's unfortunate. And again, it's something we talk about with Sasha and others of, you're trying to get your career going and you keep getting hit with something. So we hope she recovers well, to be 100% honest.
Oh, yeah. T's and P's. Hopefully she makes a strong comeback and everything, but maybe certain prior surgeries before she has this surgery might have thrown off her equilibrium and her balance and everything. So that might have led to an injury or anything. But
what's up, Sophie? How you doing? Punk could show up when Cody Rhodes talks like he did last week. I'd like a face-to-face in the ring with Cody and Punk of like, is it your dream? Is it my dream? Like they've only kind of teased it. Let's go.
My heart beats still. I'm just starting to calm down from the Bills game. Right. Like, let me recuperate for 5 minutes here.
I just want Punk to look at Cody and be like, don't we have mutual friends?
Yeah, the back and forth whenever it happens, because it does have to happen, especially say if CM Punk wins the Rumble and say Cody wins the Chamber. Yeah. And we all perceive that the Chamber is going to be for a title shot.
Yeah.
There's got to be that bit of an interaction of, so what do you want to talk about?
Mm-hmm. What's up, Austin? Welcome. Barry McBride, which I think is a new name. Bill Belichick, Justin Fields to Atlanta. There you go. Shout out to
alleged or supposed?
Supposed. Is Bill Belichick don't strike me as an Atlanta guy though. Can't see him.
Welcome to Atlanta with him. He's gonna be out there with Luda and Jermaine Dupri.
Right. Please say hi. What's up, Eric Tate? How you doing? Tyler, is Punk there tonight? I didn't make that. Chris LeClaire back in the house. Good to see you, Chris. Keyshawn. I feel like I'm missing people, but yeah, welcome. We are about to start the show momentarily. I think I'm in my last commercial break. Do not forget, super chat, super stickers, hit like, hit subscribe. The channel is growing by the minute, and check all our links below. We are constantly on social media as well, trying to do as much as we can to keep you guys up to date with what's going on. That little bell comes in handy.
Right. And besides, you never know when we might pop up for something else or what other fucking store is going to break or something.
Yeah, who knows? Who knows in this world?
Well, depends on if, you go by the guidelines going through AEW of what you can and cannot have in the crowd and all of that.
Well, we'll talk about that. I took some heat for that today when
I was trying, Allie.
But first time watching from South Africa. We got several people that pop in from South Africa. Shout out. We got to get a
right. Going international. I got bros in different area codes.
I got Zed.
And gals. Not everybody's a bro.
I got
Zed. Unless you're not riddle, everybody's a bro. Yeah.
It's 3 a.m. here now. Hey, that's a trooper. You got 3 hours to go, my guy.
I have then.
There we go. So Nick and I are synced up and ready for the start of WWE RAW. Actually, you got ahead of me by a second.
Forever.
You got okay. Let me know when forever goes away. As we're starting with cherry blossoms.
I got together right now, so somehow you might be at me.
Did you get the flowers? The trees?
No, I did.
Okay, so we're getting in.
Oh, MLK. Yeah. By the way, everybody, 100% happy MLK Day. Yes. Is that a thing?
No, not in Canada. That's an American celebration.
Well, 100% happy MLK Day. 100%.
Right. Anthony here with the inside scoop. Of course, the Ringsider with the insider view. I'm seeing pictures of the new Raw set. I didn't even know we were going to get a new Raw set.
Neither did I. Well, there was the whole talk about extra pyro for tonight, which I don't know. Did somebody have the fucking receipt? Did somebody, have a bill of lading? What happened? How did we know this?
I will say this though, Bozer's been or Bozer, he's been pretty good at like hinting at shit that does come true, but vague enough that he can avoid it if it doesn't. So, but no, he's pretty good out of most of them out there.
Who the hell is Bowser? And why do I feel like I'm playing Mario?
Right, peaches. Peaches. Can't wait for springtime. Either can I. Raw won't go to Amazon. Not enough people would pay for the subscription. Yeah, Daniel Price, welcome back, by the way. Yeah, I mean, that's a tough one for me. I still struggle with the idea of putting a weekly show behind a paywall.
Right. And just brief moment because we've got still at the MLK video package.
Yeah, my Canadian ass just talking.
No, you're good. As we've got snow outside the Simmons Bank Arena here.
There we go. Good evening, Brandon. How you doing? Ronnie X in the house. Good to see ya. Ronan, sorry.
Yeah.
But that's with his little girl. I like it. Looking all good.
I just got Seth, so you're a second or two ahead of me.
Hiccup. Good. I got bros.
Hello, everybody. Happy Monday. Happy MLK Day. Absolutely. Is this true? Canada has First Nations Day?
Not really. We have National Truth and Reconciliation Day in the fall, which is us basically saying sorry.
We have a day of saying sorry.
Yeah, just you
are the most apologetic country in the world.
Yeah, a little bit. Some provinces celebrate in a couple weeks what we call Family Day, so a bonus day to stay home and hang out with your family.
Oh,
there you
go. So we had Jinder show up. I've got Cody coming out right now.
So we're kicking off the show with the American Nightmare, folks. Get in the chat. Let us know what you think. Let us know what's on your mind, and we'll do our best to keep up with y'all.
Nick says snow. Tony peeks around corner. Oh, that's not the kind of snow I was hoping for.
Allegedly.
Accusations.
Tyvon knows wrestling. Who would have thought we'll be excited for Jinder Mahal? Listen, we talked about this. R-Truth leading the merch. Jinder doing this. We got Jack Perry in New Japan with a beard. We got CM Punk on WWE programming. We're in the twilight zone of wrestling, folks.
100% what you're seeing now.
Chris Jericho trying to fly with the Eagles, but doesn't realize he's a turkey. A whole bunch of shit's going on.
Well, again, did the turkey sign NDAs is the question I ask, and the question people are wanting to know.
I thought that was funny as shit.
Yeah, 100%.
I still wish I had the turkey graphic from Thanksgiving. I would have clicked on it.
So we've got Cody kicking off Monday Night Raw.
Right. Well, we won't touch much on this, but C Money pointing out that TMZ reported Hulk Hogan, Good Samaritan, saved a lady from a car accident, or at least assisted getting the lady out of the car.
I never knew Bubba the Love Sponge worked for TMZ.
Oh, ouch.
Well, no, that's an ouch because that's some insider baseball that only like 3 people are going to get, and everyone's going to be like, what the fuck is he talking about?
Watch the documentary, man. It's the funniest shit. It's on Netflix, folks, if you want to know more.
Well, then we can make sure you stay there, and then you can watch the Vince McMahon one when that drops.
I can't wait, dude. I can't wait. Whoa. What do you want to talk about?
Well, I saw somebody that was saying Cody and Seth should be the Woe Bros.
The Woe Bros. Shinsuke feeling all left out. I was the Woe guy first.
Right. Well, no, he was just kind of like the have a stroke guy.
What's good? How you doing, TJ? Good to see ya. Dave's still singing along. I love it. Keep going, Dave.
Well, I mean, he's over there in South Africa, so it might be just on that much of a delay.
Right.
So don't worry. But at 3 hours from now, he'll get the next joke that we say.
Talking about Shinsuke.
Which wasn't a great match, though.
I thought it was good. I enjoyed it.
It was a weird payoff, I feel.
Why?
It didn't feel like it like culminated anything. It was just kind of there.
Yeah, fair enough. I think there's still, they're gonna bump into each other at the Rumble. Oh, wait a minute. It's Jig! Get out of my swamp! Am I slightly ahead of you?
10 seconds.
10?
Well, just whatever, because I've got Drew walking out the ramp right now. Like, you're literally a hiccup. You're a wink away.
And Drew's wearing the kilt tonight. He didn't wear it in Piper Country.
How much is it that we're into pro wrestling of that you can tell by attire now of what does that signify?
Right.
He's wearing the blue boots instead of the red boots.
Right. Well, I hope he doesn't get in the scrap while he's wearing the kilt. But Drew McIntyre coming out to talk to Cody. And again, Drew, just be evil, man.
Be the Scottish psychopath.
Right. Meant good rep with Vance.
What was he saying before?
Go reference Nick. I remember those two used to be good friends. Oh, good reference, Nick.
I don't even know what we're talking about. So
yeah, context is king sometimes in this chat. D-Mac is back in the Rock. There you go.
Oh yeah, because it's in Little Rock, Arkansas.
What do you want to talk about? I was saying Drew earns.
I was saying Drew. Well, were you singing Buddhist in my mind?
Oh my God.
Now we just, dub over, crowd cheering over his entire interview so no one can hear anything.
Right. Keyshawn wants to know if we're getting sad boy Hangman Drew. I hope not.
No, I don't know if we're going to get Melancholy McIntyre here tonight. I hope not.
Yeah. When he starts talking, the crowd just instantly kind of like starts like the murmuring.
Well, it's like a murmur of boos. I don't know if it's exactly a boo or what it is. It's like it's like anytime you watch anything and it has the closed captions of like inaudible noise.
Yeah. What were they?
I don't know, but the fucking pyro smoke hasn't cleared out. That's why they haven't cut anyone from a shot that's below the shoulders. Well, again, does this come down to Kevin Patrick of every blunder he sees on like a Raw or something? See?
Right.
Oh, Vance is letting me know about it. It was my reference to Bubba the Love Sponge.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Also closely related to Spring Boob Squire Pants.
Well played.
That's a deep cut SpongeBob reference.
Well played. It was with
again.
You.
Notice how much we're talking about Drew's promo right now. How compelling it is.
Yeah. It's a slow start. It's a slow way to start the show, folks. Good evening, Larry Mack. Good to see ya.
Sound like a fucking vampire rising up. Good evening.
Right. Yeah, that's my issue. Like, have to come out with like the wet hair, like a la Triple H, and just scream at Cody. Be the big mean dude that you are.
He shouldn't talk for like 3 weeks. Just shows up and fucking beats the shit out of people.
Yeah.
Shows up, Claymore. Shows up, Glasgow Kiss, and just walks off. That's it. Say less. Do more, say less.
Oh, Drew just said you are going to finish the story. But
bro,
me first. Everybody's got a fucking story in this company now. The dashing
WWE brought to you by Audible. They need a fucking fan or something to get rid of this fucking overcast of pyro cloud.
Right. So we got Drew, Cody, Nakamura, Punk, have declared for Rumble. Am I missing anyone yet from the men's side?
No.
Okay.
No.
Because remember, we don't want too many.
Well, that's very Raw heavy. I don't think anyone from SmackDown has.
No, well, because the main guys over there are involved in
all in the one match. Yeah. Which is so that's interesting to think about. Well, no, does it mean that whoever wins the Rumble is going after Seth? Like, does does you tell your hand before because of how top heavy it's Raw top superstars, because you have an AJ, a Randy, etc., LA Knight all out of the Rumble?
Quite possible.
Yeah.
Do you have to wear the suits? Again, I agree with JV here. By the way, JV, go fix your fucking hockey team. Jesus, is this a eulogy or a promo? That's funny.
A little bit of both. A little bit of both.
What's that?
I just said a little bit of both. A little bit of both.
Looks foggy. Yeah, sometimes when it's super cold outside and you get that lower temperature in the arena, the smoke doesn't dissipate as quick.
Physics, you fickle bitch.
Right. Bye-bye.
Beat me to it. Well, instead of the foggy dew, we have the foggy Drew.
Right, get out of my swamp.
It's 100%. And this is fucking trudging through the fucking mud here with this promo.
Right? Let's go. Steven Richards returning at the Royal Rumble. I'm not even sure if he's medically cleared to get in a ring at this point. I don't know how far his story's come from there.
Yeah. Shout out Stevie, though, by the way, of
friend of the show.
Man's putting up the good fight against YouTube there, of trying to actually pass on knowledge and information. And Tony Khan's like, no, NDA. You won't sign my NDA, so I shut you down.
Right. This one's for you, big guy.
What's up, Nick? From Finisher Wrestling, shout out. Well, no, because I was obviously tweeting about the Bills game and everything like that, and came across them, and they're from Buffalo, and it was just one of those of I'm from upstate, they're from Buffalo. We both do the wrestling thing, so shout out. As even see, that's the Bills racing on the next game to take on the Chiefs right now, 100%. That's how you make a transition. Not that you live in the ghetto or anything like that.
Drew just said, I wish this conversation was happening right now, and I think a lot of people might have that sentiment.
Yeah, I know I needed a pause for the cause and kind of slow it down after the Bills game, but you slowed it down, slow it way down. Well, I'm 100% me. No one knows what 100% you is, because no one knows who the fuck you is. 1 minute you're, fucking Highlander out there with your goddamn King Arthur sword, and this next minute you're the Scottish psychopath.
Right.
The next minute you're melancholy McIntyre.
No spamming, people. Facts. You get kicked out real quick. We take all opinions, whether we agree with them or not. But if you're going to be a knob, you're going to get kicked out.
Or at least get thrown in the penalty box. Again, KJ's a big fan of, got the hockey up there in Canada. So every now and then, you get a 5 minutes for high sticking or, high commenting or whatever, and you get put in the penalty box there.
Yeah. Will this set up a match between these two on the way?
Drew loses again. That's the thing. I hate that, because don't do that, because Drew loses again.
Yeah, unless you have some creativity up your sleeve.
Or unless this is a la John Moxley of I'm going to bury you as much as the fuck I can on your way out the door. I don't think that's the likely case at all, but how many times does this man need to take an L?
Right. And again, another person is Punk just did this to Drew. Just walk off on him. Mic drop. Like, Drew's got to dig down and get dirty here.
Everything I said going back to my whole situation with how they ended the SmackDown New Year's Revolution with Nick Aldis is everything the same with Drew McIntyre. He needs to, like I said earlier, don't talk, don't cut a promo, just come out there, Claymore somebody in the face and move the fuck on.
Right. We got our truth with Damian.
I got this at wholesale. I'm flipping it.
R-Truth handing off the cash. I'm like,
hey, but that's the thing is everybody's like, I don't get R-Truth being with the Judgment Day. It doesn't make sense. He's so unserious. It doesn't, you know.
I don't know. Yeah.
It's their Sami Zayn. We just sat there and Damian was out there trying to say, no, we got to get serious. We can't keep doing the shit anymore. All of that. And this is Jey Uso talking to Sami Zayn right now. And R-Truth just throws him a stack of money and says, well, that's just what I made today.
Yeah. An interesting side story. R-Truth in an interview explained that Damian pushed for this.
Damian is such an underrated guy. I think that's why a lot of people want to see him cash in and actually go ahead.
Sorry, I'm just laughing at Truth at the same time, my guy. Sorry.
No, you're good.
But I know you're breaking it down, but R-Truth is distracting.
It's not hard at all.
Don't dig in, says Damian says, don't dig in tonight. The crew's not happy, right? So man, they could win as Judgment Dom Mysterio coming out at least.
And did anyone else notice that they changed the AR graphic thing to fit Dom Mysterio?
Yeah. Tag team match, player.
This feels like, the B team, go, go, go.
It's kind of like the B squad, yeah.
Yeah, this 100% is the second fiddles.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we will be doing our Rumble preview coming up. I've said that it's Punk and Jade until otherwise I change my mind, and I'm sticking to that for now.
No consideration to let's light it up. Come on, light it up.
Not to win.
Oh, well, so you have all of these names in there and they just don't win?
Punk and Jade. That's who wins.
I'm saying in the women's, even though.
You can only have one winner. They're all good names, but I'm picking Jade.
Fair enough. Well,
even though Jade might win the Battle Royal tomorrow and I have to change my mind. And I still say if Sasha shows up, she's probably winning it. I know Becky's a favorite, but right now, as far as I don't know what the fuck's happening in this world, I'm still sticking to the team.
It's going the complete opposite of the way he did last year. Well, to an extent, because even picking Jade, you still don't know if she's in it. So
right. I did that last year too. My pick's not even in this match.
Right.
So we will take a prediction on this match coming up. Dom and JD are taking on somebody's.
They're taking DIY. How dare you call them somebody's? I mean, granted, they felt like somebody since they've been on the main roster and been together, but yeah.
Right. R-Truth is the funniest. Truth brings such a breath of fresh air to Judgment Day. And you got to keep doing that, right? You got to mix it up once you kind of, have the same thing running for a while, Nick. And then we saw it. You said it. Seth, Sammy did it with New Day. Wow. Sammy did it with the Bloodline. So, yeah, we expect it over here now.
Oh, absolutely. And it gives it, especially when it's going to be on that much and it's now the focal point of the show. Now you give it that difference, that little thing that makes each thing a little bit more entertaining, a little bit different versus before. That's why the whole complaint was it was just constantly the same couple people all on the top of the card. Judgment Day was getting stale. Like Judgment Day was our top faction of the year, and there was arguably some people that thought it had gotten stale.
Yeah. Again, it's a nice little. Again, we just like R-Truth, and it fits because you got this super serious goth team that always wants to be that dark side of things, and you can't help but be in R-Truth's light when he's around.
But it adds a layer. I know we like to always mention the layers and everything around here. It adds an extra layer of actual personality because you don't see an interaction like what we saw between Damian and R-Truth with the Judgment Day as it was before, because everybody's got to be super serious and use the Batman voice and talk about all of this and fucking chop it hot topic. Yeah.
Fair enough. What if Priest cashes in successfully and Finn wins the Rumble? I think it sounds cool and might have been really cool maybe last year if it happened, but I think there's just too many names. Like to have the idea that Priest and Finn would main event night 1 or night 2 of a Mania with everyone else that's on the roster might be a bit of a tough show.
That'd be cool if this was happening for like SummerSlam or anything like that. Not WrestleMania. No, this is respectfully. They could have a singles match. It's not going to be for a world title or anything like that. I can tell you that.
Fair enough. Fair enough. What else we got? Truth pulling a Hebner selling WWE shirts in the parking lot and cashing in.
Right. Big bank take little bank. As I'm getting a video package for the contract signing on Friday night. And we're getting the KO show, or some people call this the KJ show.
We will see Logan Paul return. Roman will be in the house. It should be a packed Friday night, and we only got a couple shows left before Rumble.
It's crazy to think that it's only 2 weeks away.
Yeah,
I hate their goddamn theme song.
I hate it. I fucking hate it. The minute it plays, to me, it feels like I can't take them serious, and I want to, but this "We Are" shit, I don't like it. Some
They're
fans
supposed
out there,
to
you
be
guys
the
can let us know.
babyface, like technician duo tag team that comes out with a song that fits fucking Logan Paul. Huh.
Right. Jade will not show up to the Raw after Mania. Maybe. She could show up at the Battle Royal tomorrow and be the number 1 contender in NXT. I don't know.
Well, no, I was just going to follow up with, he mentions Gunther wins Rumble, Roman versus Gunther, like Hogan versus Warrior. Well, it's interesting that Gunther, at least according to the odds makers, is now the second favorite to win the Rumble. It goes Punk, Gunther, then Cody.
Yeah, no, quite possibly. I know Anthony had predicted that as well, saying that, he would like to see Gunther kind of go that path. I don't know yet. I think Gunther, there's something where maybe you work an angle with Jey Uso. Jey Uso said he wants it. Would that be that David versus Goliath story? I like it.
Well, speaking of things I don't...
Sorry, man.
Go ahead. No,
Tony
you're fine. Go with this.
Fears Jinder Mahal. I love the name. Highest rated segment tonight. The original one that we got, or later tonight with Jinder? Because
I think all of that implied there, because I love the name. I love the fucking avatar. I love the whole gimmick 100%. But no, I was just clicking on, I think it was Joe Black saying about the new Raw stage is fire. I haven't seen enough of it. I think it's just because we've been doing this, and maybe it hasn't changed that much to notice that it's new.
Yeah, I didn't really notice the difference yet. But again, we're here doing this, so we'll take a peek, guys. We are
the youth of the nation. But so who you taking? I know a lot of people already letting us know in the chat who they're taking of. It seems like everybody's taking DIY. Who are you taking? Are you taking Judgment Day or are you taking DIY?
I think DIY needs it, man. I'll go JD.
What the fuck? I was all set to do exactly what you just did there, sir.
Right? This happens when I think
that. Yeah. Shit. So then I guess I'll take DIY. But I almost wanted to take Judgment Day to think that maybe it sparks something in DIY of maybe just quit the kiddie shit. Actually act serious. Actually get back to what the fuck they were before.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they got to change that entrance song. They really do.
They got to change a lot. The attire, the entrance song, everything. The way they wrestle even a little bit.
Yeah. Ciampa getting the crowd going a little. We got a Johnny Wrestling chant. Not bad.
That's just because they feel bad for the Browns.
JD for the win. Dun, dun, dun. DIY sounds theme sounds like a bootleg Austin Theory. Ouch.
But it fits that style, that character. Like, it doesn't fit them. Nothing of what they've been since they came back together fits them.
It's Dom causes Johnny to go over the ropes, and the crowd boos huge.
I was going to say, did someone turn up the volume? Because all of a sudden I can just hear nothing but boos on my screen.
Okay. But we are seeing
what down on the outside.
We are seeing what we're going to get a commercial spot here with the pat back. The
backpack, you can have that evil what I'm mad.
Right. But again, you see what Triple H is doing with trying to build up a tag team division. And I know we want DIY to win and be at the top of that division real quick, but you see more and more tag teams getting involved and being established as a tag team. Even in Judgment Day, we got the champs, and then we got like the B team, right?
Oh, absolutely. Well, and we've talked about this of the WWE tag team division used to be one of the strongest things it had. And now it's become one of the weakest things it had. There's nothing that's truly solid as like your top tag team beyond, I guess, the Judgment Day.
Absolutely. But we are in a commercial break, folks. I am actually going to do the same. And after these messages.
Right. So KJ's going to take a pause for the cause right now as you got me through commercial break number 2, maybe 3, I believe here. Commercial break number 1. I challenge that. I'll throw out the red challenge flag. DIY intro is like a cartoon theme song. Yeah, a little bit. It's like we are fighting dreamer. Looks like a house show stage. I again have not seen enough of it to really comment or really. They've never really seemed to do anything as of late that's such a dramatic change that it's super noticeable. So I think people are just more going to have a reaction to it just because they know that it's new. If they didn't tell you what was new, I feel like you almost wouldn't know it's new. Jobson, I think, you were answering somebody earlier who was saying they're in Little Rock, Arkansas right now. Finish your wrestling. Saying DIY doesn't translate over to the main roster as good as they were in NXT. Don't forget Dom did hard time. It's hard times out here, baby. DIY better be careful because he's a dangerous ex-con that plays no games. He's an ex-con Dom. But as far as DIY doesn't translate, no, I think they just haven't made them translate. Like, think about it. The same guys that were behind the creative when they were in NXT are now still the same guys that are behind them creatively on the main roster. That's really, there's no excuse now at this point outside of just literally they're fucking fumbling the bag. And I'm not saying that they need to be the greatest tag team, like, fucking world beaters go undefeated or anything like that, but at least they need to be taken seriously, be treated professionally, show them in the light that they've earned and that we know they can deliver, versus like somebody said of they sound like a discount Austin Theory. And that's the thing, is it carries over. It's even in the ring, like they just kind of don't wrestle the same, they don't hit the same spots, they're not booked the same, so they're not in the same situations. It's been a poorly presented version of DIY. But I will remind everybody again, as we're a half hour through the show, as I'm coming back from commercial break, but we do have the super chats, the super stickers, all of that 100%. We are flying like nobody's business right now on the channel. Absolutely. Past 3.4, just coming off of damn near feels like 8 hours doing Hard to Kill and Battle in the Valley and all of that, and back at it like a jackrabbit. So be a friend, tell a friend. Again, all the support, we appreciate it. All the super chats, the super stickers go to nothing but help and support the channel, and it helps us, helps your comments stand out 100%. But I've got Ciampa and JD right now in the ring, and I'm way behind on comments here. Arkansas is the correct pronunciation. I don't care. I know it's Arkansas. It's Arkansas to me. Calling it now. Orton wins at Rumble versus Cody for title at Mania. Roman versus Rock non-title because Rock is leaving makes sense. Again, it begs the question, like I asked earlier with Seth and Punk, can you get away, or does, say, a Roman versus Rock match need the title? Can you get away with it being a non-title? I think it's still, if you do Cody versus Randy and Roman versus Rock on the same show, especially on the same night, I feel like they both have this weird kind of tinge of like what could have been feel to it. As Dom right now firing away on Gargano here. Snowstorm scared people off. What? For what? You almost had me out here thinking you were talking about Strowman showing up. Brawny the Strowman. At least it's not the core spelling with 2 R's. What's funny is core means run in Spanish, but they called them that anyway. Well, they were just, it was a premonition that they didn't even know they were doing there. That's what it was, is they all should have ran from that goddamn gimmick, and just unfortunately none of them could speak Spanish apparently. Right now I've got tagging a Dom and Gargano going at us. Dom's working over Gargano. Corey says, Big Nick, I have to disagree with you about DIY. The reason they got over in NXT is the same reason Enzo and Cass got over there. Both teams had the Revival carrying them at all of those takeovers. Oh, bold statement. Bold statement. I would beg the question of, is FTR the Revival? Where we all thought they were going to be currently. So, I mean, I get a bit of what you were saying of, obviously they had fantastic teams to work with. Obviously, FTR, the Revival, will go down as one of the, wherever you want to rank them, they'll at least be on the list of one of the greatest tag teams of all time. But to say it was all just on them, I beg that question, because even just look at the whole feud that Gargano and Ciampa had. There's not that same intensity now. There's not that same, they don't seem like the same people, even just with the way they've been presented, everything that goes on in ring. It's, they really seem watered down is the best way I can put it. Johnny with a slingshot DDT to Dom as Ciampa's firing up for the hot tag. Can he get it? As shout out to homie in the front row with a sign saying, I shoveled snow, so much snow to be here. Oh, I like that. As right as Johnny goes to dive for the hot tag, JD kind of just trips up Ciampa off the apron. 2 count on Dom. Or 2 count from Dom. And The Rock will interfere at Rumble to cause the feud with him and Roman leading into Mania. No, I don't think so. But I'm in commercial break again. I almost don't know if I fully like that we're not. It's like getting used to something entirely new of that. They used to always set up, you could clearly tell when they were about to go to a commercial spot here because, oh, well, and so gets dumped on the outside, and they clearly, close focus on somebody. Now they just kind of go to commercial break. Damn near it feels like it's set times. But let me know how do you feel watching WWE, especially, I guess, Monday Night Raw. Monday Night Raw felt like it always had the most Kevin Dunn influence of how you feel watching Monday Night Raw, knowing that Bucktooth Beaver Kevin Dunn isn't there anymore, and that now they've got, I can't remember dude's name from, used to work at ESPN, that's now head of production over there. Shout out to that guy. Who is that guy? Oh, maybe the guy with the sign. Larry saying, Nick, I started watching NXT when Ciampa versus Thatcher was a feud. That Ciampa is gone. You're not wrong. Honestly, it's really weird. It's so, I don't know how to exactly put my finger on it, how to fully explain outside of it. It's just been, it's watered down. Like, it almost feels like they won't, you need something to propel them into that kind of character, that story or whatever, that angle, but you don't know what can. I don't think there's anything I can think of offhand that would do it. It was such lightning in the bottle, it almost feels like. Does Gates of Agony and Brian Cage versus Bullet Club Gold for the 6-man tag team championships make sense Wednesday on Dynamite? Yes or no? I mean, it's a match and it'll probably be a good match. I mean, that's got to be. Is that for? I'm trying to remember. No, that's not for the AEW ones because that's the Acclaimed. So that's got to be for the Ring of Honor trios belts. The only way that makes sense to me, and I can see probably where Tony's going to go with this, is Bullet Club Gold's going to win, and then they're going to go to the Acclaimed and see like, oh, you're 6-man champs. Oh, see, we're 6-man champs. So see, we should be a team. Which, you know, I do like the whole bang bang scissor gang gimmick of 100%, but I don't know. I can't foresee what the direction is with AEW. I think that they are moving forward. I just don't know if anyone knows, what the end result, what the end game is. Don has retired to a nice, quiet damn he with his own teeth. Fantastic. Well, I still think that he's out there. Anytime you see a slip up on WWE TV, the audio is a little messed up or they screw up a fucking camera cut or anything like that. He's 100% just doing the Leonardo DiCaprio, just that. See, I wouldn't have done that. As I'm back from commercial break, as right now, Ciampa just firing up, just hitting, running clotheslines on everybody in the corners here. Ducks under twice, double clothesline on both members of Judgment Day. Can I get a helping Nigerian? I'm not sure I understand the question, unless you're letting me know you're watching us from Nigeria, which then shout out. I heard Kevin Dunn was opening a Buc-ee's gas station. He's just a mascot. They're going to call him Dunnies instead of Buc-ee's. Hey, let's get raw. Oh, baby, I like it raw. Be fresh, what up? Seeing all the new names 100% pop up in the chat, but I will remind everybody, as I can already see my buddy sitting there in the waiting wings, but absolutely be a friend, tell a friend, like, share, and subscribe. Nobody covers pro wrestling like we do. We got the super chats, the super stickers, all that, so you can make sure your comment gets read. You stand out, you show up because that's what the show is about, and you just help support the channel and all that. And speaking about what the show is about, I'm going to take a show out.
There he goes. We got to roll up 2-2, folks, and Nick's taking a pause for the cause. We are rolling through Raw tonight, and it is still cooking. Match not bad. Gone through 2 commercial breaks. They're giving them time to cook. Oh, the assisted suplex. And JD with the save. But keep the chat going, folks. Like Nick just said, we're here for all the wrestling. We are called the Tag Stream Champions for a reason. In addition to that, we just added Anthony to get us our trios belt. We'll come back to that. But Ciampa is throwing at JD. Dom's down. Johnny's down as well. Big clothesline. Dom down. Everyone down. The crowd's cheering. Let's go. This is awesome chant from the crowd. And I truly believe, folks, that this is the future of your tag team division. I think they are trying to build up a tag team division that felt forgotten, that fell by the wayside. I truly believe that they're trying to put it back together, and you need good tag team wrestling matches to do that. Yes, a little critical of Spanish Fly by JD. A little critical of DIY's entrance music and such. But overall, man, this match is cooking. JD with the moonsault. Johnny with the super kick. Love it. Nick got bad timing. Everything heated up. Rolling. Drop kick by Dom. Big boos. Johnny catches the 619. And Ciampa gets rid of him. Oh, shit. JD with the tights. 2-2-2. As Ciampa bumps into Johnny. And listen, I give JD some credit looking good tonight. Big DDT, though. Johnny gets the tag. Let's get those likes. Let's go, folks. You know, I'm always looking for triple digits. We got to get there. There it is. And your winners, DIY, take out the Judgment Day. Now, is this foreshadowing a bad night for the Judgment Day, or is it just another match? We'll find out. 1-0 says Mega. Welcome back, Mega. What else we got? But yeah, great match. I thought the match was really good. I thought it was really strong, honestly. And you guys can let me know in the chat how you felt about it. But I thought it was a good one. I really did. Break number 2. Take it. Touchdown Bucks. There we go. I can't imagine. The Bucks pull this off. Come on now. Isn't the Gates of Agony the ROH? Yes. I saw Nick talk about this while I was on my pause. I don't necessarily love the booking. Again, I think the Ring of Honor titles are too much involved in the Dynamite shows. I wish they would do it less. But we go to the back, speaking of Gargano, and we got Indy and Candace talking to Pierce. And here's Chelsea and Piper. 1-0. It's true. Dom can't 619 for shit. Not like his daddy. His daddy didn't pass on that 619 gene, apparently. BTE trigger. Kind of. I don't like all the knee finishers. The Bucks are glory hogs like Jericho, Keyshawn. I might talk about that during a commercial break. Give me a chance. We'll talk about a few things that are kind of stewing on that end of the world. But remember, we are here live on Wednesday, and we have all your AEW coverage. We're hoping for big things. I think AEW is kind of puttered out of the gate of 2024, but we will talk more about it on Wednesday for sure. But I might revisit this. Yeah, it's slower. He doesn't have the speed that his dad has. There we go. Here we go. Here comes Chelsea. Here comes Piper. Oh, I see the new set. It's pretty cool. All right. I see what y'all saying. What did Money say before I click down below? It's true. Got that one. No one looks at the Bucks, but they still have that Super Bowl defense minus 1 or 2 players. True, easy, big, true, easy. But we are going to a commercial break. Look at the AR going on here. But up next, we're going to tag match. Again, more tag team wrestling on Raw tonight. 100% agree with Money. This match showcased how good JD really is. Yeah, I thought JD really stood out in this one. I thought he had a lot of good moments. I know they didn't get the win. I know Dom still has some developing to do, as much as he's been great and improved and growing. But yeah, JD to me was kind of the star of this match. And I'm glad DIY picked up the win. Like I said, I know I bet against them, but they needed that win a little bit. Dun, dun, dun. All right, we are in commercial break, so I will touch this one real quick. Yeah, I think this is bad booking, and we talked about it. I talked about it on Wednesday night, the decision, and people coming out and saying, well, it was Sting's choice. But it's your job as a boss to look at your employees and say, I know you want to maybe fight the Bucks, but would it not have made more sense? Let's say it wasn't going to be Darby. Let's say Sting really wanted a tag match. Is there not a better fit, especially being in Carolina, that the FTR would be those guys? And I feel like Young Bucks, again, kind of take the spotlight away. And what we're going to get is a lackluster kind of moment. For me, it kind of threw me off because they were supposed to be taking time off. They come back looking like spy versus spy. And I've seen some people say it's going to be a good match. And I saw like the big Meltzer essay about how good the Bucks are and how they got Private Party over. Where have they been for 4 years? Man. They talk about, Dante Martin and Darius Martin. Where have they been? Man. Where's the tag team division been? I don't know, guys. But my humble opinion on the whole situation with the Bucks is, yeah, they see 16,000 seats sold. They see an opportunity for a big match, and they get shoved into it. And to me, it's another bad example of nepotism, of favoritism. Like Jericho, I think it's a bad ploy. I think it's a bad decision for Tony. I think there's better out there. I think we all know there's better out there. And I think part of me, instead of telling us 2 months in advance, oh, yeah, by the way, when we get to Revolution in March, this is going to happen. I would have liked to see an angle. I would have liked to see a build. I still love Indy. Yeah, who you taking? Are we taking Indy and Candice? Are we taking Chelsea and Piper? I'm going to take Indy and Candice. And I wonder if we saw the missteps last week. Are Chelsea and Piper about to break up heading into Rumble? And could Chelsea get a bit of a solo run coming up? Oh, tag team. Tag team Raw. There you go. Got Green and Niven for the win. Fair enough. 0-1 is Curtis. As we're, was his commercial break number 3? I think we're on number 3. I got Indy, Candice, Green, and Piper for the win. All right. NXT just added Rich Holland versus Joe Coffey. Not just added, but yes, it has been added. I believe that's the thumbnail. But yeah, an interesting matchup as Rich Holland is doing a little bit of a run on NXT, seemingly. Butch is moving on to be with Tyler. So, and Sheamus is still a little bit MIA. I think Sheamus might return at the Rumble, though. My pick is Candice and Indy. Fair enough. 10-0 Bucks. There you go. Bring back Crazy Green from Impact. Could happen, right? Have her running around with her wedding dress. Eric taking the face team. Fair enough. Griffin might win. There you go. We need 7 again. Let's go, Bucks. All right. Team Candy for the win. Welcome back, TLD. Hope you are doing well. Hope everyone out there is doing well as we are back from commercial break. Oh, we're getting a video package for Indy and Candice. So there you go. We've talked about increasing the visibility of the women's division in WWE, but also the tag team division on both men and women. So we're getting a little bit of a hype package here for Candice and Indy. I'm picking them for the win. Dale's not agreeing with me. KJ Big Nick, the undisputed World Tag Stream Champions. Put respect on their name. Curtis, you get a star. I appreciate it, my guy, and I know we joke and we like to be as humble as we can be. But yeah, we truly believe that, these streams are nothing but fun, and we love the family that we've created in this world, and more names adding to the family each and every day. We're aiming, we're climbing towards 5K. Well, actually, we're climbing towards 4K, but our eyes are on 5K. We want that milestone very soon. So we're pushing as we head through WrestleMania season. And we're not even 2 years old yet, folks. Our birthday isn't until the beginning of March. So we're doing big things, and it feels kind of fun. Pause. My pick, Candice and Indy. I think I got that one. Break number 3. Is Big Nick celebrating the Bills win? Bash, he is. Right now, he's dancing around with his big fluffy hat on, enjoying his paws and doing a little happy dance for sure. Undefeated, undisputed, and unshaven, at least on our face. Shout out Manscaped. Christian, this Rumble is extremely interesting without bringing back the Attitude Era. Yeah, no, we don't look backwards. I mean, the world has changed. You couldn't do everything the Attitude Era had done, but I do like the fact that there is a time in wrestling right now where not everything's obvious, not everything's cookie cutter, not everything's just here. We know what's going to happen. Tune in and go through the motions. Really, there's what 10 to 12 people that realistically could win. He put it on, you funny bastard.
I was going to say, speaking of not cookie cutter, 100%. Well, you mentioned I got to bring out the big fluffy.
You fluffy buffalo. You look hilarious.
Yeah, pause all the way on that. I got to take it off because I can't hear. Like, I literally, it's earmuffs.
I can only imagine you sweating under that motherfucker.
Bro, we're trying to watch that for a full game. I feel like fucking Conan the Barbarian. I'm out there pumped up like Arnold. Yeah, do it. See the team driven before you. Hear the lamentations of their fan base.
Mm-hmm. Grizzly Adams did have a beard.
Right. Yeah. Well, I shout out one of my buddies that I've actually played football with and everything.
Oh,
He's
wow.
Like, I don't know if you're cheering for the Bills or you're about to storm the Capitol.
Green and Niven. Who are you taking on this one, my guy?
10 points to Gryffindor.
Gryffindor. I like it.
Yeah, well, somebody called him Griffin, and I was like, that's great. That's Gryffindor.
But Nivens and Indy in the ring right now. Are you surprised that Indy and Candice got a hype package?
No, they're putting some respect on the ladies' names, is what they're doing, I feel. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's amazing how you can get a women's division over when you don't have to brag about how you're getting a women's division over.
Yeah. Those who do. Those who don't say they do.
Exactly. It's amazing how much that's, comes around all the time.
Tony Khan hire Vince Russo, bro. Is it crazy at this point? Wait, is it crazy in 2024 where I'm like, that might improve things?
No, it wouldn't. What? Not even a little bit.
Wow, Codebreaker off the back of Piper.
That's been on the Titanic, and you start drilling holes in the fucking hull of the ship and shit.
That's exactly
Let's see if this shit can sink faster.
Right? That's what WCW did when they were on a downturn, was like, Russo will save us.
That's what TNA did. Not only did they try and do it, they tried to hide it. They were ashamed of having Vince Russo and had to hide it.
Piper. Up goes Indy, down goes Indy.
One saying, damn, it's bad when you need Russo.
Yeah, I don't normally recommend it, but I'm like, fuck. I mean, lately it's been a little, we need a little uptick in the chaos.
Well, no, you don't need more chaos. I've had enough. I'm a Bills fan. I don't need more chaos. Donkey get to the chopper.
Oh, sorry. Go back to that.
Donkey get to the chopper. Yeah, do it.
Mixing everything.
Oh well, no. Then it was
Candice and Indy with the W.
Larry, you're now cursed.
I think that Chelsea and Piper might be near breaking up, and maybe Chelsea, maybe she does really well in the Rumble. I don't know. Remember, she got chucked out in like 10 seconds last year.
I was gonna say it's not a bad shout, and even then, if you get Piper versus Nia. I'm here for that. But I was just saying Larry's cursed now because he's the one that pointed out, it was me who said Gryffindor. It was me, my lord. Choose me. And then right as I clicked on his comment, they lost. So you have inherited the curse.
Well, we got Gunther and Ludwig. European elegance. Not to be confused by elegance by Ash. Or whatever.
Ass by elegance. Timu Tony Storm.
I got some elegant. Never mind. Anyway, nice stream video, Michael. We appreciate it. Good to see you, buddy. Always giving us comments on our videos. Appreciate it.
Right.
Very sloppy match. 1-1. Yeah, it was an okay match. No, this is awesome chance for that one.
It was a placeholder.
Right. The women's tag division is extremely boring. In my opinion, they need to do away with it and bring in women's mid-card title instead. I don't know, maybe, but I think we're in the process. We're in the infancy of the new division.
I don't hate it as a trade-off.
No, I agree. Mm-hmm. I remember once upon a time we had the theory of, I had kind of thrown it like if one of the the men's mid-card titles. Now, that was before the draft, so it doesn't play as well now. But if the U.S. title became a women's U.S. title or something akin to that, now we did split the rosters, so to speak. So I would be okay with a women's single mid-card title, like a TV champion or something like that.
Well, it's almost like you were even talking about with Piper and just Chelsea Green breaking up and everything. So many of these teams seem like they're more singles competitors paired together. So would you rather have them fight each other for the belt or see them team up together to try and be a team?
Yeah, I mean, you got a good point. And then when you got a Rhea Ripley at the top of the division, and at least on this show, is Chelsea better off going after a secondary title instead of going after Rhea and failing?
Yeah, when you have an albatross like that of Rhea Ripley, I don't know where I came up with that, but you can have that.
I'll have that. I like that. I thought
there you go. But when you have somebody up there, like even say an example of going to the men's of like a Roman Reigns or anything, that's such a they're not losing unless it's going to be a big thing. Having a mid-card title that could say be defended week in, week out on TV, much like the tag titles kind of are, it would work out fairly well.
Right. Larry letting you know he's been cursed since birth. I'm used to
Vince is getting out here all biblical with this. I wasn't trying to get all personal with it, my guy.
I'm on a roll too, says Mega. 13-0 Bucks. How you feeling about this?
It's so
what the fuck happened to
that the Philadelphia Eagles, the baby faces of the NFL last year, have been exposed as just one and dones.
Yeah, what is happening? Shocking.
Well, speaking of shocking, and I guess halfway trying out a transition as we're a commercial break, and I know you want to talk about it. Oh, fuck, we're going to go back to action. But the alleged floating around what's allowed at an AEW show and what isn't.
Oh, okay. And I know I took a little bit of heat from this today in a couple of different places, not just on X. But yeah, so it gets, Brian Last put it out. He claimed it came from somebody at the show. Now, some fans have come out and said it's fake. So I don't know if it's fake or true. And I didn't even give an opinion. This is what I love about wrestling on the internet. The fans, you don't even have to give an opinion. I simply asked a question. And the question was this. Is this a situation with Jericho that you have to address? That some way, shape, or form, you have to come out and say it's bullshit and put it to bed. Now, other people are saying, well, there was no issue. You can't respond. Again, you can't keep playing Jericho's music over everything and have signs. You can't control that narrative. You can't protect him forever. If there's any truth to this, it's got to be atoned for. And if it's completely bullshit, why not come out and say it's bullshit?
That's the biggest thing. Fake or not, have that do with that what you will. But to me, the fact that Tony's never came out and said that this is bullshit and actually put his fucking foot down on it. And the whole argument of, well, it's internet stuff, so why would he put his foot down? The reason we give a fuck about Jinder taking on Seth Rollins so much right now is because of Tony Khan couldn't shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I'm going to time you out for a second. Hold that thought. Rhea Ripley gives Damian a dirty look. Finn's giving him a hard time. JD's giving him a hard time. This feels like the coming to fruition, if you will, with Damian Priest.
The walls are closing in.
They're giving him shit about R-Truth, but he breaks out the cash.
Yeah, that fat stack of Monopoly money. I double checked that to make sure that's not 100 on top and 100 on the bottom and a bunch of ones in the middle.
It's so funny that R-Truth covered up JD's name. JD doesn't get a cut of the money.
And even his face the whole time is just like, you fucking kidding me.
Tonight, not a tag title match.
So just a regular match, but still, I think Awesome Truth wins.
Yeah, I hate that, beating the champion and not getting the belt.
Because you're going to save to that. You're going to build to that.
Fair enough.
Don't pay it off now.
Fair enough. Be greedy.
Yeah.
Lights out. Oh, it's Ludwig. One of the best entrances in wrestling, folks. Man.
Is it akin to the way that they changed and they treated and they've adjusted Roman's entrance so it feels that much more impactful and it feels like the final boss showing up?
Yeah. Again, it feels epic. It feels different than everyone else's.
Absolutely. It feels, and this is how you start. The top of the hour is Gunther coming out right now. Absolutely.
Yeah. And I see Finisher Wrestling. I see your comment, and Nick and I will circle back and click on that. And we'll talk about it real quick. But we're just going to see. I think we're going to get a commercial as Gunther comes out. So,
I was going to say I had to linchpin my comment there. But
yeah, we'll hold that thought because there's a lot to it.
And it's amazing how we have a lot of thoughts on Tony Khan when Tony Khan doesn't have lots of thoughts, just period.
Listen, I've said it multiple times. You and I are AEW fans. I've watched from day one, and I implored, you know what, Tony, come on the stream, come talk to us. Tony, if you're out there, or one of Tony's friends, let him know. Come talk to us as a fan, because you say all your critics are haters or bots. We're neither. So come talk to us. Talk to real
even
fans.
then, we still have everybody in the chat, and we've had whole discussions. We've sat there and even gone back and forth with stuff going on with the shows and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
We're fully invested in it. We want to do better versus the other people that seem to want to, like I said before, trying to drill holes in the fucking hole here.
Gunther has one of the best entrances in WWE right now. Yeah, it's ridiculously good.
But that's why I'm waiting to see if we get this versus like a Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania, or people even suggested about him versus Roman.
Yeah.
Him versus Seth.
I like him versus Jay. Let Jay take his title and then let him move on. And then
fair enough.
He's smiling though, like he's getting cheered, even though he's a heel. Oh, some boos. There they come.
Well, that's a hard question right now. Is there a true heel, and a true babyface? Well, true babyface probably Cody, but is there a true heel right now in WWE? Roman gets half cheers, Rhea gets half cheers, Gunther gets half cheers.
But then
maybe Logan is about it,
right?
Dom.
But the good ones do what what Ludwig just did there is, they're cheering a little. I'm going to piss them off if I can.
I can literally smell the desperation on here. Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna need your turtlenecks, your clothes, and your boots.
Pretty much. That's Gunther in a nutshell.
Yeah.
I like the play on the whole CK, European elegance. Like, is he gonna come up with his own cologne?
Yeah, you can buy it at your Target. It's Target exclusive.
Right.
It'll be right there on the shelf next to Desperation that Gunther keeps smelling here.
Mm-hmm. Gunther talking about the Rumble and such. This is interesting.
Well, there hasn't been a real true solid feud for him for a minute. And like we talked about earlier, does he move past the IC belt now that he's broken Honky Tonk's record clearly? Has he graduated, or is it he's now the litmus test? Like he's established it at a level.
Yeah, and he's reminding everyone he was really close. He was one person away from winning that Rumble.
As we're getting Cody chants, so of course we're gonna get the big bad Austrian versus I need a hero. And he brings up how he's eliminated more men in the Royal Rumble match than anyone before. Shout out, even redder than we knew Kane.
Gunther's in the Bumble.
The Royal Rumble. The Royal Rumble.
Somebody in the crowd pissing Ludwig and Gunther off. What am I missing here? They are fixated behind the commentary table.
Yeah, seriously. Who the fuck is that guy?
Ludwig is bigger than Gunther. Taller.
Higher Pompadour.
Oh, we're getting a replay of how. What if it's Big E comes back with a recovered New Day to go after Gunther?
I'm all the way for it. Tell me where there's supposed to be bad news there.
None.
Yeah, none yet. That
But
is shut up and take my money category.
Where's Eichner? Oh, Eichner got hurt. He got knocked out.
He's
too.
On the sidelines, just like how Ludwig put Kofi on the sidelines.
Bring back Wolf. Let's go.
Could they?
Now,
well, there was somebody out there that was throwing out a bring back him, Damo, and EY, but EY is very clearly in TNA.
Yeah. He's praising Ludwig.
And for that, you only get 3 chops.
Oh, look, you give him a hug. Well done. Even Ludwig's like, what? Are you going to hit me? What is the trick here?
Right. And I just, sir, you are hugging too tight.
The New Day. Yes, it is. Does that mean Woods is back?
Well, Woods was speculated to be coming back.
Oh, here's Woodsy. A little bit of a flat return, though, there. Like, oh, it's him.
Because it's always the same thing.
Yeah.
It's always the same thing.
Gunther laughs at him. You put Kofi's head into those steel stairs. Gunther just laughs.
Yeah, we did do that. Yeah, it was amazing. Yeah. I do kind of like, though, that he holds the mic. Very unique to anybody else. This is always weird that we're getting into that nuance, but yeah.
Right, yeah. Oh, so Xavier Wood wants Gunther.
Ooh.
Oh, no, he wants Ludwig and called Gunther the daddy. Who's your daddy?
I would actually like him versus Gunther even more, because we've seen matches where like Woods was in there with Roman and everything, and really kind of held his own and established himself when he was King Woods. So
okay.
I think he can deliver. It's just you gotta find him a adequate, suitable dance partner.
Yeah, and I think there was an opportunity at one point where you could have turned him like a solo heel. I think Woods knows how to play a heel really well. If you go back to the early days of New Day, and he was such an annoying little prick.
He's the best on the microphone, I would say, out of the 3 of them. I know Big E's close. Big E's the best overall package. Kofi's probably the best athletically, yeah, or best babyface, yeah.
You dare to challenge me? I think Ludwig's a star, man. I think this guy's good for another, decade in this company. Like, he's solid.
He's absolutely your Draco Malfoy of just, you are the sniveling, groveling heel that everybody wants to see get their fucking teeth kicked in.
Yeah. As well.
Yeah, he's the mini boss before you get to the main boss there. 100%. He's
I could go for
the first Bond villain in the first hour or so of the movie.
Yeah. Well, I guess we kind of got a fight started.
Already underway, I guess. Well, no ding dang, but
are we going to commercial?
Yes, we are.
Michael Cole says we have a Kaiser. I love a Kaiser right now. What are we going to put on a Kaiser?
Kaiser Soze? That was supposed to be where you go to commercial break, and now we're still dragging it out. There we go.
Yeah. Any updates on Cora Jade? The only report I've heard is 9 to 6 months ACL tear.
Her knee, it was there, and then it's not there. That's the update.
Yeah. Oops.
I did it again.
They're losing their accents. Iman, that wouldn't be the first people in wrestling to lose an accent or two.
I was gonna say, all I can think of is Triple H now. Of wait, didn't you used to have a Jamaican accent?
Right.
Well, speaking of people losing their things, I think Tony Khan's losing his mind.
Oh, we're back. We are in a
right, yeah, because the man's just been on a tweeting craze here of literally you're drawing attention to all the wrong things. Well, and
yeah,
we talked about the alleged supposed format of for what you're not allowed to have at a show and what you're not. And to me, it's if you put your foot down and stamp this out initially, then you don't have to deal with this issue. Sorry, go ahead. I could see you chomping there.
No, not at all. I was very much listening.
Oh no, I saw the hand, so I was like, I thought you were like, all right, tag.
I had an itch. Tony Khan needs to worry about hiring a creative team instead of focusing on WWE. I think what is ironic about the start of 2024, and we talked about this on Saturday night. Right now, if you go to social media, TNA is cooking. They're on fire. Nick Namath is there. They just had a match with Osprey. There's talks about Okada making an appearance. Critically acclaimed success for the weekend in Vegas for TNA. GCW lands a big match coming up, and they're doing their thing. WWE's on fire, and we talked. They're going to Rumble, then they're going to Perth, then they're going to Mania. AEW, everything that's kind of coming out of AEW seems shady. It seems negative. It's injuries and illness and fighting and rumors. That is the problem. But what I found interesting about the situation they're in is I feel it's self-inflicted booking and self-inflicted criticism. I saw Dax Hardwood come out today, and I had a lot of respect for Dax, and now I don't have very much left. I don't really like what he said today. This whole we are the victims mentality of AEW bothers me because Tony's out there. He's like the kid brother that smacks you in the head and runs. Then when you catch him, you're the one getting the whooping from mom and dad because you just got little brother back. And that's what Tony Khan feels like is he pokes it and then goes, why is everyone making fun of me? Why is everyone giving me shit? Because you opened your mouth. You fucked around and you found out.
But that's been a consistent thing, I feel, across the board. To second that with everything with Tony Khan of, like I said earlier, of we weren't focusing on Jinder versus Seth until Tony decided to be mad. And all you did was proceed to draw eyes to your competition. You did nothing that helped yourself out with that. You did nothing except probably hurt yourself. And now, granted, I didn't see what Dak said or anything like that. I've seen, I guess, him and Bischoff have gone back and forth with this. The fact that all of this is playing out on fucking Twitter, though, is a little bit ridiculous, just to throw that out there. Granted, I know doing what we do, you unfortunately have to be in that verse. But anyone that's not on Twitter, not on X or anything like that, God bless you. You are doing the fucking Lord's work.
But I mean, at the end of the day, man, I think like even with Bischoff wants to get in a fight with Tony because it brings views to his podcast, and Tony keeps giving it to him. The ratings for look at last week's ratings for, and I know what people say the ratings aren't everything. I base it on the fact that I believe there's somewhere around 3 million wrestling fans consistently hanging around on a wrestling week, and we see where you start and where you finish. When you're pulling in when AEW is doing segments that are 690, 630. That's NXT territory. That's not big boy territory. That's developmental territory. And that is a problem for him. So you see Jim Cornette making bank off Tony. You see Bischoff making bank on Tony. You see people playing this man like a fiddle. And yet his company is declining. It's unfortunate.
Well, and you have people caping and capping and everything like that. All of the wardrobes for it. But to me, it's even the thing that you look at. It's if you really want to actually look at it throughout, like beyond the gaze of ratings and sidelines and everything. Like I said earlier, every major free agent signing that's happened recently, major debut or anything, hasn't happened in AEW. I know it hasn't happened in WWE, WWE pulled the ultimate trump card with CM Punk. So they kind of can just cool for a minute. And they had Dwayne show up. So you double down twice, you're good to cool off for half a second. But you're seeing Ali start in GCW and go over to GCW and all of that. You're seeing in New Japan, you're seeing Jungle Boy. They're doing at least the imagery of he tears up his AW contract. And granted, it's the best thing for Jungle Boy there. But Nick Nemeth, who we thought was going to be signed, sealed, and delivered to AEW's front door because of his brother, goes to Impact in New Japan. And now is showing up in GCW. Mercedes is still up in the air, and we thought she was signed, sealed, and delivered.
And that will be a big story moving forward, is where she does fall. But big European uppercut as we're back to the action. If you guys haven't made a prediction, I see some take a bit of a mix here. Over the ropes made me laugh with the NFL playoff game is helping bring eyes to Raw. So that's funny.
Well, at least though, when Jacksonville was throwing out there about having playoff tickets, and then you had networks responding back. Where's Tony's argument there? Huh?
Right. We want Big E. Yeah, I saw Dale said that Big E could be in the Rumble. I think it would be a huge pop. I don't know where he's at with his neck. That fusion surgery is not easy to come back from. Braun Strowman's another one. This is why this Rumble's so exciting. We could have a Big E, we could have a Braun, and the night after Rumble we could have people. There's a lot up in the air. We could have Sasha, we could have Trinity. Hold on tight.
Oh, absolutely. We could have Mickey. Hey, Mickey, you're so fine. And tonight we're getting Rhea Ripley live again. You so fine. Yeah, when it's somebody like Braun, when it's somebody even like Bobby Roode had 2 neck surgeries, and Biggie as well, you don't really want to throw the narrative out there if you're expecting them before they just. I'd rather be amazed and have the huge pop when they show up unexpectedly than try and speculate of, well, they should be showing up soon.
Yeah, no, it's possible. And this just in, Dolph Ziggler to form a new faction in TNA. Will be based on himself and Monty Python, the Knights Who Say Nemeth.
The Knights Who Say Nee.
I love it, Daniel.
I was gonna say, around here, I think we're more the Knights Who Say what or pause.
Right. I was kind of with him because I was like, well, he's going up against Moose in the system. He's going to need friends.
Well, but still, the system didn't look like they were too friendly out there. They just sat there and watched everything happen.
Right. Tony needs a girlfriend. With all that money, you think he'd have one?
She does. His name is Jill.
Pamela.
Jil.
Ludwig in a bit of control right now with an Irish whip off the ropes, folks. And we'll get back to we'll touch on that a little more because the Dax Harwood stuff, and I listened to all of Dax's podcasts. We are big FTR fans on this channel, but to me, Dax proves that money makes the world go round, and I'm really disappointed in Dax, to be honest. I know he doesn't give a fuck what I think.
No, you're fine. I'm so out in the mist out here with this. This is the first time I think something or I've read something that I have no knowledge of. I'm just fucking saying it. Don't take me literally.
I'm fucking with you.
Yeah, in the middle of my. But no, I'm just saying.
Woods to the ground. Crowd a little quiet for this. But Daniel's kind of got it right here for you, bud. He basically compared Khan's inability to deal with the criticism as bullying. Tony's an innocent victim. People are picking on him for no reason. Essentially, what he came out and said was that everyone's got to understand that they should be so thankful to Tony Khan, like the Bischoffs and others who spend their time, are making bank on his name. And listen, you and I have said many old times, we thank Tony Khan for waking up the wrestling world. I will give him credit. When he decided to do what he did with his money, he could have done anything with his money. He could have bought a yacht and went to the Arctic and hung out with penguins. But he decided to open a wrestling company at a time that we desperately needed wrestling. And the wrestling boom that's happening right now wouldn't have happened without Tony Khan, in my humble opinion. But that doesn't give him carte blanche or the right to fuck it all up or mail it in forever and just rest on that. And Dax said, people need to fucking lighten up. We are thriving. And a lot of people took exception to that of, what do you mean thriving.
Well, this is the problem, and the biggest problem with AEW, and I guess we're going to stand on business here right now with all this.
As we are.
Give me some time here. Is the biggest problem with AEW is no one knows when to fucking say less and just maybe not respond to shit and not get involved in these type of situations. Clearly, we're not blind. We're not deaf and dumb. We know everything's not copacetic backstage right now in AEW, but 100%, we would be remiss to not acknowledge what AEW has done to pro wrestling. 100%. There's a lot of people that wouldn't be able to get to tell the stories that they wanted to tell or be on screens or be known to people if it wasn't for AEW. With that being said, it should not be taken as you instantly hate the product if you try and critique it and want it to do better. That's the thing, is no one here wants AEW to go under, because the reason we have the boom that we have is, like you said, is as much to do with Tony Khan is as much as it is to do with, DX taking over WWE and everything like that as well. It has done nothing but create this wrestling boom. We don't want it to go out of business. We just want it to do better because it keeps everybody else on their fucking toes.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And like, Finisher Wrestling says here, the worst part of Tony Khan's stuff is that it further drives the wedge. We saw Dustin come out during this last Twitter war of saying, just enjoy the wrestling. And the answer to Dustin is, it's your boss that's preventing that. Like, and that's the problem with this is, everyone just enjoy the wrestling. We are on almost 7 days a week, every week, because there is so much good wrestling, and we're critical, we're honest, we're open, as if we were running a live stream watching our favorite movies. We are going to critique everything as such. And Tony just wants it to be like AEW versus the world. And what he fails to realize is the WWE universe is much bigger than the AEW universe. And he's not quite there yet. You're just the baby. And you just keep shrinking your audience by putting more eyes on the WWE. It's what Eric
did. As I don't even think that he's worried about the AEW audience. I think he's just worried about the Twitter audience. It's realistically, there just needs to be a goddamn intervention here of, I feel like I almost want to start breaking out I know somewhere deep down in my heart, I still love you. Right. All of that, like, this is where Tony Khan's out of, like, no, we're not mad at you, Tony. We don't hate you. We don't dislike you. We just know your potential, and we want to see you fucking achieve it.
Oh, Woods with the rapid fires. We're back to the action, and Woods is chopping, stomping, kicking, crowd cheering. We woke him up a little bit. Every podcaster I've listened to said Mercedes is going to AEW except this guy. And I will laugh if she goes back to WWE, the Royal Rumble. I've been calling for it. I'm on the record of it. I know what SRS said. I know what said. We know what everyone else said. But this channel's been very steadfast. I know Anthony wanted TNA, but once TNA didn't happen, I think with each passing day, it's more likely she's going to be at the Rumble.
Oh, we were almost going to get the same. What did the chair say to the face?
Miss me, bitch.
Right. Guess which room I'm in?
Woods is bleeding from the mouth. Oh, Woods gets DQ'd with the chair.
DQ. Is this where he snaps?
Woods has a bloody mouth. We got color. Woods bleeding lip. Everything is great. Great. We got
this
a chair.
Is where we need the ding. 100%. It's like you said, though, and the ultimate thing with this, with AW, is it's death by 1,000 cuts.
Yeah, but it's self-inflicted cuts. That's the problem.
That's why.
Yeah, like it's bad. But they're not dead yet, but let's keep going. I just hope he smartens up.
Well, it's just they have the potential, and that respectfully, that the audience that he placates to just grasp at anything. Like there's been the whole Diana conversation going around on Twitter.
Oh, Ludwig coming around the corner. And Woods gets up and hits drop kick. So not letting Kofi's fate be his.
That's when he should have hit him with done the Strowman and just hit him with the fucking office chair.
Right.
There's one of the 4 feet staying in the face.
Woods going for the stairs. AEW Galaxy. Fair enough. Wow, Kaiser running out of the way. Enough of this shit.
Right. And no one shows up to try and break this up. No, nothing.
Still 2-0. Yeah, this match. Well, I mean,
I don't mind it. It's just run on along.
Oh, Woods got his nose pierced?
Oh, yeah. He's out there with the Steph D-Lander.
I want Big E. It could build to that. It really could.
If it did, I wouldn't be mad at it at all.
No, not at all. Yeah. If you pick Ludwig, you get a point.
Christian, I think half the time you're just like, well, I'm going to say my pick mid-match.
But yeah, Ludwig running off. We're getting a replay. Bloody mouth on Woods. And again, it feels like at least we're building something with this. I'm curious where it goes and how Ludwig's going to feel after giving a good job to him last, 5 minutes ago.
Right. Ooh,
Jonah.
This man 100% needs to be with the bloodline. Looking like fucking Suge Knight out here.
There's a man in WWE with a title that doesn't realize it will belong to me soon. Vague and provocative.
It's provocative. No one knows what it means, but it gets the people going.
Right. Doesn't count, Christian. Yeah, it does. Ludwig got the W. So if you picked Woods, you get an X. Wrong. KJP Big Nick. A few months ago, there were reports that Stone Cold could do something at Mania 40. I haven't heard anything for a while. If he is going to be at Mania, what would you have him be involved with? Again, it would be very similar to like previous times. We're not going to get anything big.
Meet and greet, selling out or handing out Broken Skull IPA.
I don't mind. Sorry, Nick. I was going to say I don't mind him coming down to the ring and doing like a handoff, doing. Hitting a stunner, everybody pops, kind of like hitting everybody with a stunner last year.
On who though?
Shit, you pick a victim. If it's just that, it could be anybody.
No, that's the thing is you need to pick a victim. That's the thing is 100% because whoever takes a stunner, especially on Mania to Austin, I don't want to exactly say you're buried, but you're very much.
Oh, I don't think you're buried.
One thing you're doing, but who takes it? It's that is a spot.
I mean, we saw McAfee and Austin Theory take one. I don't know. Ludwig could take one. It doesn't matter. It's just for the moment. Give it to Graves. I don't give a shit. I can't. People talked about Punk versus Austin. I don't think you worked that out. Like KO had to do a street fight because Austin can't do what he used to do. So a street fight worked because you got to drag around the building and around the arena and a lot of punching. And then a stunner. We're good to go.
Dude, because you see a Punk Austin segment that doesn't end with, a stunner or anything like that, that just there is that at least interaction. Because like you said, I think there's got to be maybe something. They'd probably do something that teases at it, but we know that there's no way that they're really having a match.
No, I don't think it will be a match ever again. And I mean, like JD McDonuts is a great idea. I love that, Iman. Because again, I think part of what you're getting at WrestleMania 40 will be, as an anniversary show, it will have a lot of nostalgia to it. Like you might get an Austin showing up. You might get, you have other vets that might pop up just because it's the 40th anniversary of Mania for little segments, backstage spots. So if we were to get the glass to break and Austin come down and hit somebody like JD with a stunner, I'm in.
Or, now that I just thought about this, if we have The Rock in any sort of match at Mania, you get a mini interaction between him and Austin.
Yeah. Backstage, that'd be funny.
Yeah.
An eyebrow and the what? Yeah, I think it could work.
Right.
Reed looking like the third member of AOP. Yeah, Iman agrees with you.
And it's not just because he's Polynesian, but
if Steve is at Mania, he will go out there and make fun of Grayson Waller. Yeah, Waller's a good guy. Just an undercard, lower roster heel that he can stomp a mud hole in and drink some beer for the crowd to go crazy. That's all.
Well, you can see him out there. Your name is Austin. What? Theory? Why? You think you're the best Austin? Why? To ever be in this ring? Why? To be in this company? What? To be in this business? Why?
Sup KJ and Nick, how you doing? Rashad, welcome. Cena will show up. I would anticipate an appearance by Cena as well for the same reason I just explained.
There you go.
I think I would rather see Batista. I think Batista's going in the Hall of Fame this year.
I walk for miles inside this pit of danger. At least his theme song needs to go in the fucking Hall of Fame.
Right? Let's go.
That's just goated.
Right? We're back with... Ludwig not done?
Oh!
Oh, Jay! Jay Gunther!
Gunther. We're setting it up.
I want it, man. I want it. I think it will.
I want you to want me. I need you to need me.
I don't mind that, right? Because there's history there with the New Day and the Usos, and then you have Jay. I love the idea of the storytelling that's possible between Gunther and Jay Uso, and Jay Uso getting a solo title.
Jay gets to get everything out that he could have at Roman through Gunther. Yeah. All of his, you treat your friends like shit, you're a dictator even though you don't actually do anything. He gets to just unleash, but he's not saying it to Roman, so he can just fucking unload.
Yeah, right. He's triggered by watching a guy bully his faction.
Right. Here I come to save the day.
Right. You guys think Jacob Fatu would be good in the bloodline, any line, hang out the fucking Wendy's line? It doesn't matter. What's that?
No, he just said any line, so I said phone line.
Phone line. Go watch what Jacob Fatu did this past weekend in New Japan. The guy is outstanding.
He's a guy that you can see show up in the bloodline. You've constantly brought up maybe the potential of Zilla. I think he really just hasn't done enough. But then again, that's never stopped WWE before. You've got Lance Anawahi that's floating around, all of that. So Tama Tonga, man, how you get fired on your day off?
He left. I quit. Steve Austin Stuns, I got that one.
They're bigging up Jinder so much.
You have to build up the championship match, man. Sell us on it. Let's go.
So excited.
He must show up dressed as a Smurf and be inducted as Blue Tista.
Or at least Bootista.
Wasn't he inducted in 2020? I do not believe so. I do not think that's accurate.
He was. I think that was
Evolution.
Well, no. Well, there was part of Evolution, and then I thought it might have been around then because I know wasn't there a class that was, especially with the May 19th around that time, that was gonna go in and then kind of didn't go in.
Oh shit. No, I don't. I was just trying to look it up real quick, but I don't think he's gone in as a solo talent. Maybe I'm wrong.
Fair enough. But well, speaking of this match between two solo talents, this interestingly enough goes back to the kind of debut of NXT, to where it was between Seth Rollins and Jinder Mahal for the first NXT championship. So As much as this is a Tony Khan throwaway match, or maybe a Tony Khan wet dream match, there's history here.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Apparently, he was supposed to go in 2020, but it never happened.
Like I said, I thought that there was a class that was supposed to happen that never did.
Yeah. That's right. So they owe it to him, right? That's right. That's right.
Right. I know I smoke the vitamins, but I'm not that vitamin.
The Alpha Academy, Tozawa and Maxine. Oh,
Maxine
good.
Out here just looking like the sexy version of that fucking chick that was on the team from Dodgeball there. Ben Stiller's team, the one that Statlander always.
Joe's.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking! You're talking about
the Purple Cobras there.
Oh, and the Purple Cobras.
I don't know. I feel like I'm starting to throw out names from Legends of the Heddle Temples, the Blue Barracudas, the Gray Monkeys.
I thought you were talking about Ben Stiller's wife from fucking the Brady Bunch. People be hating on Jay. I don't know why though. Who's hating on Jay? I don't see a whole lot of hate for Jay. I mean, one of your top merch movers, one of your biggest baby faces.
Don't Tony Khan yourself. Don't just imagine that there's hate for something that there isn't hate for. Don't Tony Khan yourself.
Right? There's no reason to hate on Jay.
I just hate the way he says yeet. What's there to be mad about?
I got that hotline bling. That's
right. You can call me on my cell phone. You can hit that like and subscribe.
Jay will dethrone Gunther and then go on to dethrone Roman. No, Jay will dethrone Gunther and then defend his title against his brother at Mania in an epic fucking battle.
There could only be one Uso.
Right? There could be only one Uso. I like it.
It just me, Uso. It just me, Uso.
Big Nick is lagging a bit. A couple times. You're fine now. It was just a couple hiccups.
Well, how do you know I'm delayed, or just maybe I'm moving in slow motion? I don't know.
Slow motion for me.
Slow motion for me.
What if Jay gets screwed out of the IC title because of Jimmy? There you go. Kind of the same idea, except I don't want him to get screwed. Pause. Jacob Fatu should be partners with Solo. The Samoan SWAT team 2.0. Let's fucking go. Yeah, man. That's not bad.
Well, there's the whole idea. Everybody, we even were out here saying, shit, you're only saying you're at chapter 3. How many chapters are in this book? Maybe at least, hopefully 4.
Right. Well, even like Paul, we're only in like the 3rd inning. You're like, whoa, motherfucker.
Well, that's what I was saying. I might have messed up the, simile there, but yeah. We're only starting off here. We're not even close to the end. So you could very much see them bringing in somebody else and just adding different layers, different chapters. We talked about how The Rock's not going to get involved with any of this shit unless he's intending for it to go beyond him. So.
Yeah. No, I like the idea. Like, I mean, we haven't had a good brother on brother rivalry in a hot minute. So I like the idea, the potential. And again, I think just over the next little while, if you build for a couple months and it's like an elimination chamber match where Gunther just picks on Jay, man, I love it. I really think it will be a fucking fire match. And then Gunther can, post Mania, go after that major belt.
Well, I do like it on one hand because, like I said, I think it's a way for Jay to get everything out. You get the him versus Roman kind of story notes a bit without it being Roman. But also there's been the idea pitched of you get Brock versus Gunther at Mania. So do we get Brock then at all? Or
we might not get Brock.
Fair enough.
We might not. I don't know though. Like I think someone just asked me or asked the chat about where was it? Is the Dead Man? If the Dead Man could be at Mania. And again, because it's WrestleMania 40, I believe, yes, we will see, again, I don't expect them in matches. I don't expect them doing anything crazy, but there will be that nod. It will be like any other anniversary show where, potentially the Undertaker could be there.
That one I don't think we get Taker or anything like that.
You don't think Taker would just be in the crowd or be around or we get a Taker?
You'll hear stories about him being backstage or this or that or
I
whatever.
think they would highlight the
Hall of Fame. He's not showing up on the show.
I don't know. I wouldn't rule it out. Not in WrestleMania 40.
Fair enough. As we're getting Tozawa versus God knows who. Oh, an Ivar.
Yes. This is going to be a fun squash. So I am going to squash my ass elsewhere.
Pause. You're going to leave me with the goddamn Hot Topic Viking out here with all the pigeon skulls on his crown out here. But so I've got Ivar and Valhalla coming out right now. And why is this just not a mixed person tag match or something like that? I'm not into this match, respectfully. God damn, that's a crazy ass AR there with the whole Viking ship showing up. God damn. No way is Brock sitting out Mania. I think we'd see Brock there before we'd see Taker. Absolutely. Got that one. KJ Nick, could Glenn Jacobs be there? Nah, he'll be too busy out on the goddamn campaign trail. Trust me, living in New Hampshire, the first primary state in the U.S., it's always fun because you pretty much live in a constant state of, political ads. Whether it's coming from an election or going to an election, trust me, you live in a constant state of political ads. But folks, let me know who you're taking, whether you're taking Tozawa or you're taking Ivar, and I will respect you and question you at the same time if you're taking Tozawa to win this match. Yeah, that entrance was nice. The AR whole Viking ship and all of that was fantastic. Just the rest of it's kind of shit. Well, maybe more just him. Larry saying he agrees with this CGI longboat. Ivar for the win. So, yeah, I think everybody's here sensible. He's just mushing this man in the face in the corner. And granted, sorry, I just keep seeing Maxine out there on the outside. And I'm wishing more and more that this was just, an intergender mixed person tag match there. Because I'm not super interested in seeing this as a singles match. Tozawa counters the pop-up there into a DDT as Bash 8's now taking Tozawa. We got JV taking Tozawa. Yeah, all of a sudden, it's amazing how the man hits, a big move, and then Hulkamania's up and takes off the shirt. And everybody out instantly starts taking Tozawa all of a sudden here. Kyle taking Ivar. This match is already too long. Fair enough. But I guess I have a personal umbrage when it comes to Ivar. And, well, Eric's been on the sideline, so I can't be fully mad at him. But with the whole Hot Topic Raiders there, War Machine, etc., they've been repackaged so much that they've become unrecognizable almost a little bit, I feel. Oh, Maxine caused the distraction as Tozawa with the rollover, float over, power bomb off the top rope and gets the 1, 2, 3. Folks, do you believe in miracles? Tozawa just picks up the win on Ivar as Valhalla out here looking like fucking, George of the Jungle out here, fucking Captain Caveman out here, just barefoot and going at Maxine. So now after this match, we're setting up the angle for the match I feel we should have had, as we've got randomly Valhalla's out here. Oh, okay. For half a second, I didn't know if they were going to kiss or what there, but Valhalla with the headbutt and the baseball slide dropkick onto Maxine. So now we're setting up Tozawa to take the moonsault But so we're setting up the match that we should have had. Like, we didn't need the singles match to set this up, goddammit. Didn't expect that. Didn't want that is the better statement, I would say. Valhalla looking like Predator, my favorite movie of all time. Well, I have two favorite movies of all time, and that is very much one of them. Dylan, you son of a bitch. I 100%. I was watching that movie way before I should have, and that's what introduced me to being a fan of Arnold. And many a trip, car ride and everything back when you had to, sit there and hook up, VHS player or anything like that if you're going on a long car ride because, old people and old technology. So 100% that was played a ton, and Titanic just because of its long-ass runtime. Doom Salt. I don't got time to bleed. Yeah. Hey, stick around. Well, that's great with that movie too, how it moves from being just an 80s camp movie to sci-fi thriller on the drop of a hat. Is Otis injured? No. Well, we also had no Gable as well. So again, I don't fully get how he got there. I think again, we should have just had the mixed tag match instead of setting up for the mixed tag match, as we're getting a replay of the promo between Drew and Cody. Because when you're cooling off, I guess. But 100%, as I see 80 some odd people right now kicking with us, be a friend, tell a friend, let everybody that you know that watches wrestling, that is starting to get into wrestling, because trust me, right now is the best time to get into pro wrestling. Let them know about us. Drop their link in any sort of chat you're in. Be a friend, tell a friend, like, share, and subscribe. Absolutely, folks. T's and P's to the south, says Christian. The attire the Viking Raiders have is pretty much the same attire they've always had when they were War Machine and even War Raiders. They just added the shield and the headdress thing. I'm not arguing attire. I'm arguing booking. So they're literally tying in Punk's Instagram stories into stuff now, as we've got Rhea backstage coming up next here. And how you doing, mommy? But we're going to see what's next for Rhea Ripley as we're in commercial break. God knows how many at this point here. 1 and 3, 2 and 2. What's really wrong with Eric, though? I believe, and again, I don't want to speculate, I think he's been, unfortunately, one of the recent kind of run of wrestlers in WWE that have had to have like multiple neck fusion surgeries type of situations. And again, if I'm inaccurate, fully somebody correct me. But I feel like, it's just kind of been that trend. I feel, I could be wrong, but yeah, he's been sidelined due to medical issues. Eagles 9, Buccaneers 16 and a halftime. Well, shit, they're in it. So maybe I might have to actually turn the game on. I was hoping that the Eagles would actually run away with it. Then again, as I learned with the Bills game earlier today, I should not expect anything to be a runaway, because literally up until we were about to go live, I was out here stressing. But Mega saying 2 and 2. Tony Khan, Fierce Jinder again saying they should change back to War Raiders or War Machine. The Viking shtick is getting old and tired. A little bit, but I also get, on one hand, I agree with you, and on the other hand, I don't. It's more of booking them seriously is more of my slight issue, I would say, with this. This is the same group that was supposed to be in a tag match that came out, got jumped before the match started, and then couldn't have the match because they got jumped and beat up and had a fight before the match started with the team they were about to fight. So there's always been this weird kind of, hindrance, this handicap when it comes to how they've been booked here. I follow Punk on Instagram. Fair enough. You should follow us. You should follow the channel. You should follow everybody on Instagram, bud. Raw started great, but those last two segments felt unnecessary fillers. See, I almost would disagree. I feel like it's been picking up a bit of momentum. I know I didn't like the whole Tozawa Ivar match, and that might have been a bit filler, but it's very much at least picked up a pace since it started off. 100%. Daniel, yes, he's out with neck surgery. That's what you chose to come back on, my guy.
Speaking of neck surgery, I'll make your head nod all night. Nod your head. Here. Oh, out he goes. There goes Nick. So Nick's taking a pause for the cause. We are on a commercial break, folks. I still see around 70 people hanging out with us tonight, and I see our subs jumping through the roof this evening. So be a friend, tell a friend. If you want to take our link, drop it anywhere you know people are talking about wrestling. We will greatly appreciate it as everything continues to grow here. And I will differ a little bit from my buddy here in the sense that I've kind of enjoyed Raw. I thought the opening segment was a little bit flat, but I thought that it had a purpose. There's a bigger story to tell here. And you're building up all the kind of little rivalries going into Royal Rumble. It's not just about one person. It's about, several people all wanting to win the Rumble and everybody having a reasonable and sensible claim to be the winner. I like it because we saw Drew and Punk. We saw Drew and Cody. We've seen Cody and Shinsuke. So I like what they're doing. I know the last segment, and again, I know people have talked about Vince McMahon killed the War Raiders. They were world beaters. They never take L's. They were destroying everybody in every company they ever went to. They had a historic run in Ring of Honor. And now I get it. But right now with Eric being out, Ivar's going to have a little bit of this mid-card stuff. They're going to get a return match. They'll probably do a mixed tag match, Maxine. I don't know why, because we've been here, done it. But at the end of the day, not everything in the 3-hour show is going to be way up here. We're not going to clip the whole way, right? But we are back. Oh, there's Gable. There's the Alpha Academy. So there we go. There's Ivy. Ivy's going to go after Valhalla, see? So as much as it was a bit of a silly kind of thing, I like the fact that it builds to something else. And Ivy getting a shot at Valhalla. Sarah Logan hasn't wrestled a lot since returning. Ivy Niles still trying to build her name. Two big, powerful, Ivy's a little powerful woman, but two powerful women going toe-to-toe. I can make this work. Something tells me that Rhea has been in a foul mood since, she's not happy. She definitely, gave Damian the cold shoulder. And here she comes. And every member of Judgment Day so far tonight has had their own AR, which is very interesting. But here comes Ripley looking like $1,005,000, my friends. Raw is going fast, and that's always my indication. There's two big indications on any show. How does it feel like it's moving? Is it dragging, especially a 3-hour show? Is it moving at a good pace? And how is the building? Are the fans into what's happening? Is there energy in the building? And as much as, again, up a little bit of an up and down overall pace to the show, but we're getting there. We're deep into the show already. We still have an hour to go, but it doesn't feel like it's been a long 2 hours. It doesn't feel like a boring 2 hours. The crowd still seems energized. And Rhea Ripley is a great way to get the blood pumping. Damn. Break 8. We're at break 8 already. My overbet's starting to look really good, Curtis. Yeah, Raw is moving pretty good. Yeah, pretty quick. Sorry. CX99 agree, and I appreciate that. Viking is too cartoony. War implies violence, and someone will take it seriously. Yeah, I mean, again, I hate that it is this way, Tony Khan. But at some points, in 2024, you kind of got to be mindful of the verbiage and the connotation and all that shit. So the Viking Raiders opposed to the War Raiders, you get it. But I mean, could they change it and be fine? Yeah, probably. But I do believe when Eric does return, and T's and P's to Eric, who I'm a big fan of, from when they did the breakout tournament in Ring of Honor, and the final was Ivar versus Eric. I love these guys. So I'm hoping that they come back and they are taken serious again. Under Triple H, I believe they will be. To say, grab them cakes. Sung by JYT in honor of Maxine. All right, all right. And we're going to get Nia Jax. And she's saying, if you win the Rumble and you waste your pick on me, you're dumb. What's up, Jake the Aerial Assassin? How you doing, my friend? Welcome back. Good to see ya. Mammy in the house. Looking great. Man, I'm telling you, I can see Dom screwing Rhea and siding with Nia Jax. Here comes Becky. So very similar to what we've done in the men's division is Nia and Rhea had a bit of a back and forth last week. Now Becky's coming out to have a chat with her. You are setting up multiple possible winners. And I think that's the best way to do this. I want Nia so bad, man. Screw Rhea. Oh, Juan putting his hat in the Nia boat. I like it. I like it. Everyone's got their faves. How about Val Venus tweets about Nyla Rose? I had no idea. I don't even want to talk about it. That would get them some heat, but a little corny. Fair enough. It's dragging. Oh, you think it's dragging? I don't feel the drag. I mean, the middle part here, I mean, again, we got a couple filler, fluffy segments, but I thought they were all right. Tozawa's been over. Alpha Academy, surprised they didn't come out with them. But again, a company that's very aware of optics, right? The good guys shouldn't outnumber the bad guys, and they didn't. Right? Details. It's all in the details. Becky Lynch. I'm rooting for Becky to win the Rumble. Becky's definitely a favorite, guys. Becky's up there. It's hard to ignore Becky Lynch. And I know Becky has her critics, but she's one of the best in the business. And the crowd seems down for it, though. The live crowd happy to see this. Becky, hear the men. Iman saying, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. Nia to Rhea. I'll hit you so hard, Becky nose breaks. I like it. If Becky doesn't wrestle Rhea, she would need another big match option. Maybe Jade. I think Jade would work just in the sense that, you know, Becky would take care of Jade, help her. Again, you think of other wrestlers in the past that have gotten over by looking really good by being in the ring with Becky, Bayley, Charlotte, that kind of thing. So Jade, Becky, I kind of, you know, when we thought we were getting Jade earlier or late 2023 and Becky had the belt, I thought that was a good place for it, but they weren't quite ready for Jade yet. Why is she here? She's here just to stake her claim, Juan. Here just to say, I'm in the mix, and if I win, I'm coming after you. They're always after me, Lucky Charms. Deedly dee potato. What's up, KJ? What's up, Polo? How you doing, buddy? We will get a triple threat with Bex, Nia, and Mammy. And Nia will win. That's a possibility. Again, you got a lot of contenders, so there's no guarantee that it's going to be a straight up one-on-one. And do keep in mind, the X factor in all this, guys, is Elimination Chamber is in the mix. It's in the consideration. You can't ignore that. Triple threat at Rumble and take Becky and Nia out of the Rumble. I don't think so. I wouldn't take them out. They're both making their claims to the Rumble. Becky just said, I think you might be better than me. Why? It's serious business. She's talking about that belt. Ring around the Ripley. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Uh-oh. Nia squashed her ass a couple weeks ago. Big win for Nia Jax. Nia looked like a gem. So Becky's saying she got to win the Rumble. I think you might be better than me, but I'm going to try and win this Rumble, and I'm going to point to the sign, and I'm going to come after you. and then I'll find out who's better. But I like it. I like fans. I like fans that, Juan wants Nia. Others out there are cheering for Becky. Obviously, there's a huge following for Rhea. Over serious? Nah, she's got to be serious. This isn't all, everything's fun and giggly wrestling. This is, you got to take it serious when you're talking to the champ. Okay. Short and sweet. Didn't waste too much time. I appreciate that. Welcome to the never-ending story of Rhea Ripley. Well, how do you figure that, my friend Christian? I think she did a pretty good job of at least closing the a chapter of her story as champion. And again, not only is she champion, she's involved with the men. She's sitting down with Paul Heyman. Nobody can deny that Rhea Ripley is the top of the food chain in every company. She is one of the best in the world doing it, period. And Seth freaking Rollins is backstage with Jackie Redmond. Beautiful Canadian. The man and the woman. I hope Becky wins the Rumble. There you go. That's what we want in wrestling. We need all the fans to come together and cheer for their faves. Kareem. Yes, we got Seth freaking Rollins in his eccentric, goofy self on the heels of his wife's segment. Go figure. Her title run has been very forgettable. Facts. I completely disagree with that. The matches she's had, she's been dominant. She's a dominant champion, and everything she's been involved with the bloodline, with Judgment Day, to say it's been forgettable, man, I honestly can't go there. And I don't think people are really paying attention to what we're getting out of Rhea Ripley. She's been outstanding as the champion, and who's really going to knock her off her perch? That's why you needed to bring in a Nia Jax. That's why you needed challengers that you really feel like her title's, being threatened, because she is so dominant. So she spends a lot of her time hanging around with Judgment Day. You think about when the Judgment Day and the Bloodline were kind of working together or having chit chats. It was Rhea Ripley, the leader of the big, the second biggest faction in the company, the biggest faction on Raw. You have to give her due. Yeah, she's not out in the ring doing moonsaults and backflips and all that fun stuff. So that somehow equates to maybe not the greatest of title runs. I think she's been a great champion. And I mean, I would take her over anybody. She won the For Life award of Female Wrestler of the Year. If she keeps it up, she'll win it again next year and the year after until somebody takes her off her perch. Speaking of perches, speaking of muted.
I don't know if I want to come back on perches there is what I was trying to say initially. I even fumbled the bag coming back on that. But yeah, no, Rhea Ripley is one of the best pro wrestlers doing it. Not best male, not best female, one of the best pro wrestlers. I could entertain the idea of her title reign hasn't been that great because there hasn't been that many challengers to it and everything like that. But that's not to diminish what she's done for pro wrestling. Mm-hmm. She has been the biggest attraction in women's pro wrestling, bar none.
And it's the same as any other male champion. You do not defend your belt every single week. You don't have to be thrown in there all the time. And when she does have a match, she dominates. They put her in a fatal four-way. She dominated and won. They gave her Maxine Dupree. She ate her alive. We see on certain shows where you get a top-level person fighting a mid-level person or a bottom-level person. They go 15 minutes and barely pull out the win. That's not what should happen. And until you get her in the ring with the big contenders, she's going to dominate. She's going to be a champion. And as a fan of sports entertainment, she's been great.
She's the Roman Reigns of women's wrestling. As I've got The Miz coming out, and then we go right to a commercial. We'll bigging up the match for the Royal Rumble, the Fatal Four-Way.
Contract signing on Friday.
Oh.
So Roman will be on SmackDown Friday. All four men will be in the ring to sign the contract for the Royal Rumble.
Right.
I think Rhea Ripley is turning face slowly. Yeah, it's been a natural thing, organic. It's working. People love her.
Well, it's almost become a thing of, WWE's doing well when their heels just get cheered. You saw it with The Rock when he was supposed to be a heel. You've seen it before, even a bit with Triple H. You've seen it anytime that they've had a guy that's supposed to be the top despicable heel, or well, guy or gal, and then they start to get cheers. That's how you know they're really cooking with gas, because now they're the cool heel. Now I like you because you're the best.
Yeah, again, we just respect you because of what you're doing, and as much as you're edgy and you got a heel chip on your shoulder, we respect what you're doing, and we have no choice to kind of support it and champion it, and it happens. Mega's got Bailey winning the Rumble, though. Interesting. It's been
That's
talked
been
about.
a theory. That's been a theory.
Ah, I like it though. We already talked about Bailey, Nia. You talk about Becky in the mix. Jade, I got Jade to win it. Does Sasha come back? Does Trinity come back? We argued on Saturday night about the potential of Trinity winning the Royal Rumble if she returns.
Right.
I like this. I like that. It's similar to Cody and Drew earlier. You're just planting the seeds for all the potential in the Rumble.
But the thing is like we've talked about, is don't tell me 27 people that are going to be in the Rumble. Leave it at like the 5 or so that you've announced now, and just keep it there. Don't tell me anybody else that's going to be in the Rumble, because then my mind can wander. I can imagine so-and-so being in this match, or so-and-so showing up here, or envision this spot happening. This person wins, that person wins, etc.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with that idea. And I think that leave as many doors open as possible. I don't want to know 27 of the entrances, or I don't want to know. Maybe if you max out at 10, I can tolerate it. But yeah, less is more. Less is more.
Absolutely. Give yourself the runway to have support. Now, granted, if you is it do we say that if they do give themselves that wide berth to do that and then don't have really any surprises, is that a problem?
Yeah, but
I don't think that's a likelihood, but it could happen.
I mean, again, if you leave the door open and it's a bunch of fluff, yeah, people are going to be fucking disappointed. So it's incumbent of you as the booker to make sure your fans aren't disappointed.
That's called Tony Khan in the playbook.
Right? You have Brock Lesnar show up 30 and just win it again, and people are going to be mad.
Yeah, Cody comes out 30
right?
And eliminates Chad Gable, Jinder Mahal, and fucking Ludwig, and that's how he wins the Rumble. People are going to be upset.
Right. Jinder for Rumble win. Let's go. Dakota winning the Rumble will surprise me. Yeah, it would surprise me too, but I'm all for surprises. I don't see it. But let her go. Maybe
competing in the Rumble would surprise me, let alone winning it. So,
I fully expect her to be back. Like, and we're looking at her time frame. She should possibly be in the Rumble, if not a storyline at the Rumble.
I could see her being able to be back, but I think if you're smart, you don't announce it, you don't say anything, you don't bring attention to it. She just, and I'd probably do it after the Rumble. You expect around you, so you don't have that reaction of maybe she's hurting herself or anything like that, but she should probably be fine. But you don't draw attention to it, and that's when she fucking springs out of nowhere.
Right. We are back as the Judgment Day for the third time are entering the building, or at least parts of the
fucking the archers on the side with the live, laugh, love is amazing.
That is fucking hilarious.
I literally was stuttering and stammering because I was laughing to her, trying to get the words out. And Archer just creeping behind him. It tells you one thing, that this man has passed CM Punk in merch sales within WWE.
It blows your mind.
Man is a Hall of Famer at life, let alone pro wrestling.
Oh, absolutely. I have 3 picks for the women: is Jade, Mercedes, and Bailey. All right, okay. Liv Morgan to win the Rumble. Maybe not.
I'm locked up. Oh, let me.
So let's get your predictions in. Who you taking? Who you taking? Who you taking?
Who you got? Who you got? Who you got? Who you got? Who you got, sir?
Awesome Truth. Look, this man's playing. So Miz comes out by himself. Truth comes out with Judgment Day, and he's back to being confused at whose team is he on.
But that's what makes this so great. And like I said, it's the Sami Zayn thing just on a different or literally in a whole different way about it, because you believe R-Truth would be just the way he's always been portrayed in the character he's played, that he would literally be that confused of like, wait, so who am I fighting again?
Truth dropping his money, making it rain to start the show.
10:32, pimp down, pimp down. I am a boy, Damian.
Trying to give the money to Finn. This man is too much. If the general manager makes a match on his own, why does the contract sign? Listen, they
helping him pick it up.
Yeah, we go down the contract signing road a little too much in wrestling nowadays. I agree, but it's a way to get everyone together.
Who will go through the table?
Yeah,
somebody's taking, especially an RKO, through that table,
right? Got JD for the win. JD for the win. Awesome Truth for the win. Money out. Definitely gotta pick up my R-Truth Judgment Day shirt. You wouldn't be wrong to do so. Get them before they're gone.
Just buy the Judgment Day shirt and then just use duct tape, and you're still good. Same shirt,
right? Apparently, you got to show up at the parking lot of one of the shows, and you get R-Truth. You get a meet and greet with R-Truth.
Right. You gotta. It's like a whole, discount Comic-Con out there. You got Hebner, you got R-Truth, you got Virgil, you got everybody out there.
And Finn Bálor taking Truth down to kick this one off.
Yeah, we finally got a ding here.
Would Dakota get a big pop in Perth? She could, as heel as she is. Her involved in something, a match. Again, it might be Dakota and a couple members of Damage Control versus Bailey, Sasha, and Trinity. For why do we keep it? Naomi.
No, what was it? It was Sasha that was halfway calling it Trimpact instead of Impact. But I think it'll be interesting. Well, I mean, granted, it sounds like a whole, tongue twister there of would you get a good pop in Perth?
Right.
But
R-Truth is asking Damian, like, why is he being so physical? You gave me a wink. Give Truth.
You gave me high.
Yeah. And we go to another commercial break. I feel like this is commercial break 10, 11. We're up there.
Absolutely.
Morales, this is crap 100. If it was done in AEW, marks would be, we got a skid mark in the crowd. Morales, that's not true. They do plenty of stupid shit that we cheer for. R-Truth is funny. It's comedy. It's good. Know what the difference is? It's meant to be good. I had to watch people make peanut butter sandwiches on the other show. So let's talk about it.
Well, it's one of those of, it's all how when you prepare the dish.
Yeah.
If you make a fantastic dinner, but you fucking do nothing but screw up the entire way that you cooked it, all of that, it literally just does nothing but destroy everything you were trying to build here. Yeah. I'm not saying this is not your Dave Meltzer 5-star ratings, whatever you want to fucking use that as, your tissue paper to fucking flakate yourself to, but
break 10.
This is still entertaining, and they've built the segment and everything, the situation for it to fit.
Yeah, if you had Roman Reigns out there scooping up money and making jokes, it wouldn't play well. Like when you did that, when the other company did it with their world champion, like Max doing stupid trampoline sketches, it hurts your serious shit. But when you take the comedy and put it in the lower card, it works. It plays well. There's always been room for it. We've always had the Hurricanes or the Austin and, Kurt Angle with a little cowboy hat. There's always room for comedy in wrestling. It makes it entertaining. And again, he's outselling anybody in both companies right now as far as merch goes. So I might
Pro
be.
wrestling is a variety show,
Yeah.
and you just have to actually build your show to incorporate it versus like you were talking about earlier, to where we sat there and we're watching crust getting cut off of peanut butter sandwiches on the other show. And because of the audio issues, they had to tell us it twice. So
that's bad.
Well, yeah, it's make this situation, make the story, make the show fit it versus a lot of square pegs into round holes.
Yeah. And again, when you have your top heel faction acting stupid, it doesn't make us take them seriously. So that's where you got to pick your battles. And I won't badmouth R-Truth. I won't.
I was going to say, everyone that's hating on the whole R-Truth and Judgment Day thing loved Sami Zayn in the Bloodline, and it's literally the goddamn same thing.
Very similar. Yeah, 100%. And again, I mean, it takes away from all the seriousness. It gives it a levity, gives it a flow. I'm enjoying the fuck out of it.
It adds, I know we say it all the time, but it adds layers. It adds a depth of character. You get beyond just the surface layer of every character in the Judgment Day, because now you're pushed beyond your normal boundary lines.
If that makes me a mark, I'll take it. But hey, I show up on Wednesdays, Thursdays, Tuesdays, just like you do.
If we're marks, then what does that make Tony Khan, who runs a fucking wrestling company and is still out here tweeting about Jinder and everything?
Skid mark.
You can have that.
Break 9. I feel like we're slightly higher.
Well, literally and figuratively.
Right. We all remember that, Christian, of course. There's story behind this. Yeah, 100%. It's called storytelling, and it's good story. It's funny story. You're taking that serious group and you're pulling them down to your level. It is really good.
Yeah, it's whatever TV show you watch, whatever movie you watch, or anything like that. Christ, anything that you watch outside of pro wrestling. Do you get mad when they have a little bit of a fucking laugh, a gag, some comedy or whatever? As it doesn't bother you because it's built to it, because it's played into, because it's they make it matter.
And what I'm so sick and tired of, and Tony's probably the leader of this, is, well, if the other company did it, then everybody. No, it's not true. If you do good shit, we cheer good shit. If you do bad shit, we boo bad shit. Right? We got some shit earlier tonight that we didn't love. And that's the way it should be. Everybody's double standard. Bullshit.
Tony Khan's the little ginger kid next to fucking Butters, Professor Chaos out there. Simpsons did it.
And we got heat between in JD right now. Is Finn and Damian are not getting along, but Miz gets the hot tag and is on a roll.
Right. Dumping Finn on the outside. Damian into the announce table and up and over.
Bum, bum, bum.
Could this still lead to a Damian cash-in tonight? And like you said earlier, to where it's Judgment Day that just says, we're sick of your shit, and just cost them.
Yeah. And again, I think what I want from the chat here, and we've always strived for it, Nick, is you can come and say, I don't like this, and you can explain why you don't like it, but it's that you guys are marks because you don't like something I don't like, and that's the whininess that I don't care for. And it's not a conversation. It becomes name calling. It becomes degrading. And handle yourself with respect. You got a point, act like an adult, and deliver your point. I'll debate it all day long.
Well, and again, I know I've mentioned this getting phrased half a dozen times, but if you're standing on business, if you truly believe what you are saying and everything, then be open and willing to have the discussion, because trust me, you and I are, homies, we're Christ. I joke and saying you're, the husband to my wife and everything like that right now, with how much we spend time together and all of that. Just roll with it. But we still will have times to where we're going back and forth and going at each other, but we're willing to still have the discussion, entertain, the actual dialogue versus just empty-headed, blinders on, one way down the fucking tracks.
Oh, down goes Finn. Damian grabs. Yeah, you're wrong. Yeah, and Juan, we won't dive into that here on tonight, but money, I'm dead. Bedtime snack. I love a good PBJ sandwich. And there's the win for JD because of JD and Damian not happy. There you go. Breaking news: CM Punk and Cody Rhodes will be face to face next week. Let's go. See what they're doing? They're all taking turns talking to each other. I'm
right. Yeah, but this is where you get the babyface Damian, because even still, he's kind of just shit. We talked about it earlier. He's the one trying to actually praise up and, stick up for our truth amongst everybody else. He's going to be the outcast.
But he's still the one that hits south of heaven, and he's the one that, causes the overall win. But he looks,
right as he did it, you can see him. He looked at him and gave him that, like, you made me do this look.
But there you go. Judgment Day victorious. Your tag champs take another win. And it's been a Judgment Day heavy night tonight. But look, R-Truth still looks, Damian still looks sad. Jinder!
Well, like I've said, they are the bloodline of your Monday Night Raw. They are your top faction. They are the straw that stirs the drink.
3-1. I thought the Judgment Day was going to implode right in front of our very eyes. It feels like it's coming, though, Christian. Feels close. You get telling a story. I know some people use pop-up books, but telling a real story, with words and a plot.
Let the record show that Christian actually got something wrong. So every time from now on out, when he tries to say he gets everything right, that the record shows that he did actually get something. At least he even acknowledged unbeknownst and unequivocally under his own power that he announced that he got something wrong.
Right.
Jinder out here doing the best Joe Flacco if he's cutting a promo and looking like
he's falling asleep on the sidelines. It was short, sweet, and to the point. A very, very solid, calm, cool, collected Jinder Mahal. And could we get into Sheer here tonight? Could they have a role in this?
Could we get a new World Heavyweight Champion?
No. I feel like the Lemon Pledge lady.
Thank you, Tony Khan. I know you can't build stars in your own company, but you do a damn sure good job of building them in the other company.
Right.
We're doing this because of Tony Khan's tweets.
Right. Shayna Baszler coming out, Nick.
I didn't know they were putting out a new Street Fighter game.
With Zoe Starks. You see that stage, the new screens and shit?
I'd be remiss to tell you if I thought it was different than the last one.
Oh, no, it's quite different. I like it.
It's just big Titantron. It looks like a premium live events stage.
It's 3 of them. I like it.
All 3 of them.
Next week, Monday Night Raw is in New Orleans, Louisiana, a place that is on my bucket list to visit.
Well, A-Town's been trying to get us out there and everything.
Go for our 2-man parade.
Yeah, right. Hey. I saw the Hannibal Buress thing, and I don't know how much it's going to cost in 2024 to have a parade. But if we go to New Orleans at the same time, we will have a parade.
Right. They should let Jinder win. How tempting is it, Tony? It's tempting.
That's what I'm saying. It's the ultimate fuck you energy. It is you know what, you little petulant motherfucker. You want to call me a bald asshole? You can have that. That even what I'm mad at.
Right.
You can do that, and it doesn't fuck up any big storyline he has, respectfully.
By the way, I'm getting a preview, which I've seen already, but you got all the WWE guys talking about the TED show that is coming soon.
There's a TED show?
Yeah, they're doing a TED series.
What?
And that's all the wrestlers talking about TED coming up. Yeah, it's the prequel to the movies. What Mark Wahlberg was like in high school.
I literally had no idea about that.
No? Oh, man. No. The trailer's funny as fuck.
How did I in New England not know about, the most Massachusetts thing out there?
except chowder.
Nah.
No, that's funny as hell. And speaking of Mick Foley, dude, you sent me that jersey pic. For those who don't know, an ECHL team wore Mick Foley inspired hockey jerseys. One of the best jerseys. I thought it was wicked, man.
Well, for those who don't know, it's like non-flashbacks for me, because still, again, it goes back to the greatest moment, I think, in this stream, to where I was here live with you and my wife was at work meeting Mick Foley and everything, and entirely forgot the fact that her husband, does a wrestling podcast or anything. No, fucking fucked up this man's name initially.
Oh, you're Mike.
Yeah, good old Mike Foley.
Right. A parade in New Orleans, the Wrestling for Life 2-man kazoo band coming to Mardi Gras near you. Yeah, get out your beads, folks.
Oh, when the beads go marching in.
You ain't seen bouncing back. Shayna and Zoe for the win. Shayna and Zoe for the win. I agree. I'm king of the THR wieners. I don't know why I agree with that, but all right. TED series on Peacock.
Is that an accomplishment?
Bruh, the wrestling internet will go nuclear if Jinder wins. Oh, that's kind of why I want it. I like, be greedy. Give me the chaos.
Some men just want to watch the world burn.
Yeah. Right. Oh, man. Question of the day. Would you ever want Ted as your teddy bear, your teddy bear friend? Easy for me to say. I mean, if he smokes weed and shit, why not?
Right? Yeah. So
I kind of hang out with a big teddy bear all the time.
A real life imaginary friend,
right? I kind of hang out with a big teddy bear all the time as it is.
Whoa, pause. He was calling me Ted. There's so much,
right? We watch Law and Order together. Come on.
Hey, 100%. We have been there before stream. So absolutely. Let's all go to court now. Dum dum. Let's go make some law. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Some law. We're a bunch of assholes who take up an entire hallway without conversation. Hey, you lawyer guys, you don't know me and KJ are watching you while we're high. So in the pocket.
Yeah. Thunder Buddies for life, my guy. Saturday night main event.
When you hear the sound of thunder, don't you be too scared. Just grab your thunder bunny and say these magic words. Fuck you, thunder. You can you can't even get me because you're just God's farts.
Flags up, baby. Ted Nick. Oh, we got Nakamura.
Am I Ted Kennedy? What?
I don't know what happened there. Safety, $18.9. Last week I could not cause the damage I desired, which made me angry.
He's stuck with all the pyro smoke from earlier tonight.
Yeah, no shit.
I really do still say that this is the best Nakamura that we've gotten. This is still very much. I know it's that whole anime villain shit, but
it's good. I know
he seems serious.
He does, and he seems legitimate. I know there's critics out there, and I know JC out there doesn't love him, but he's missing the boat. I don't get it. I don't understand what the issue is. He looks dangerous. He looks serious. Yeah, dangerous on the screen. Yeah, I'm all for it.
It helps, especially with someone like him, with Io, with Asuka, respectfully, of when they can cut a promo in their native tongue. And that's why it was interesting that the whole discussion about Julia trying to learn, be better at English. I guess she's already great at English, but there is that translation thing. And when you let them cut a promo in their native tongue, they're able to convey everything differently than when they're trying to find the words, when they're trying to worry about pronunciation versus what they're trying to say.
Absolutely. And Tegan Knox on her way out with Natalya. So again, another match emphasizing women's tag division. We saw some emphasis on the men's tag division. I give them some credit. You definitely see what the plan is here.
Absolutely. And Trust me, Natalia and Tegan out here just
Giving
sparking all the things. Yeah.
Right. If Jinder doesn't win, we riot.
I'm waiting for the signs. Oh, and especially imagine if this was in Canada. I was going to say, I'm surprised you're not backing your boy.
Who?
Native Canadian, Jinder.
Oh, Jinder? Yeah. Oh.
We don't acknowledge him as Canadian. Fine.
He's a great guy. I mean, I'm struggling to see it. I mean, again, maybe it's just my old, kind of WWE fandom of like, they don't do shit like this.
Shock the system.
Yeah, let's go. But there you go. Tegan, warm me up. It's not your sister, Natty. Calm down.
Do something strange for a little piece of change. There ain't nothing wrong with a little bump and grind.
Right. Imagine 1.4 billion people in India cheering for Jinder. That's what happened last time he won.
That's what they tried last time. And unfortunately, it was more like the 4 people instead of the 1.4 billion.
No, they just, they sent him out there. And then, when that was done, they took the belt back off him.
Yeah. Oh, NXT. Yeah. We have that super show in India. Cool. All right. That's done. Thank you, Jinder. Thank you for keeping that warm.
Right. Give Shinsuke a faction like the Atsuka.
Mm-hmm.
Eagles are a joke. Ouch.
How do you feel, though, about that? We've got, I know we talked about earlier of do a mid-card belt, all of that. The tag team division's kind of just meh. But we've got a focus right now on Tegan and Natty's been a bit of established as a team, even though Tegan out's here looking like female Jeff Hardy. Shayna and Zoe's a team, even though I think Shayna should be a single star. But
I think that at least it shows that, listen, we have these tag belts and we're going to make them have some relevance. We're going to give you matches that build up the division. We're going to show you, and then you show them in the back with an interaction with the champions. And one of these 2 teams are going to go on to challenge those champions. Plus you got, Green and Nivens in the mix. And I'm giving them credit for what they're trying. It's better than just not utilizing them at all and making it irrelevant.
Fair enough. Well, we've talked about it before of how WWE, and part of why it is where it is right now is because they've established stories. They aren't always the top stories or whatever, but there's at least stories and narratives from top of the card to bottom of the card. Anybody that is on screen has at least something going. There's some connective tissue.
Yeah, and there's a purpose to it all. It's not just, I know, like, you look at a Tozawa match and it's like, oh, that's a throwaway. But then you see Ivy Nile in the back go, you know what? I'm going to go talk to Pierce. So now you're going to set up Ivy Nile, who's trying to establish her reputation, is going to take on Sarah Logan. There is a plan here.
There you go, and a Queen of Denial match.
Lonely fans, Natty, LOL. The only stands.
Yeah, only Smarks.
Yeah. They have one play that works. Oh, Philly, yeah.
Oh, the tush push. The tush push.
Yeah, I mean, people got so sick of it that everyone said, fine, we'll find other ways to deal with you.
Well, now it's just you. That's when you get teams that get chippy and shit like that. When you kind of like you spam anything. Christ, we even say it playing, games online. If you just spam something that just kind of always works, now everyone's just instantly going to be a bully and asshole you.
Right. And again, you needed, no, we've been watching wrestling, so I don't want to speak too much out of the box, but you needed Hurts to be the best player in the building tonight. And I'm getting the impression he wasn't.
He'd probably at least play better than Dak, but you can have that. That's what Jerry Jones is mad
at. Ooh. I think it was
trying to get Belichick on the phone mid game.
Right. I think it was Conan or his co-host who said Jinder is Arabian. Well, he's betraying, his his culture from but it's not quite Arabian Nights.
India. This isn't fucking Aladdin.
He is
He's
Canadian.
not out there, with the championship belt of also makes Julian fries will not break.
Right. He is not Aladdin. Yeah. No. I was trying to politely go around it. I thank you for taking
100 because that sounds like some disco thing to say. So screw disco and screw
Oh, 2-2-2. Sorry.
You're good. I'm sorry. I just stomped over everything you were talking about before.
I have no idea what I was talking about. If Jack Perry comes to WWE, he's not. He's going to bring his Jungle Boy gimmick.
Nope.
What?
No, it's just you said if he's going to WWE, he said he's not, and I said he's going to bring his Jungle Boy gimmick. I said no.
No. And remember, it's Castaway Perry right now.
Well, is it Castaway or is it Jim Morrison?
No, that's waiting. You cannot keep
Lieutenant Dan.
No, you can keep Jim Moore. Oh, shit. Tapping. Natty tapping. Natty tapping. There you go. And your future.
I wouldn't mind a singles feud between Natty and Shayna.
But I think your future tag team champions are right before us.
Who?
Them two right there. Zoe Starks and Shayna are going to win the tag titles.
And so
they all can't be at the top.
Right, but still, no. Remember when we were getting like the Mortal Kombat, fucking slow motion fatality shit and everything with Shayna? Why can't we have that as her as a singles or anything? She's sitting there with one of the best tacticians out there with Natalya and said, Zoe Starks, we're in a tag team.
Yeah, but Zoe's awesome. I love Zoe Starks.
I know, but Shayna could be so much better.
She will be. She'll get her times. But next week, there it is.
All the times, all of the opportunities.
Yeah, but right now, we just saw Becky. We're heading into Rumble. Everybody's at the top of that division. The fact that Shayna and Zoe are doing something that matters is better than not doing anything. Right? Who's she going to leapfrog over right now? Is she going to take Becky's spot? She's going to take Nia Jax's spot?
She doesn't have to take anybody's spot. She just needs to be in the mix. No, she needs to be in the mix. Think about it. Everybody in the mix. You had all the Mortal Kombat fatalities and the X-rays and the shattered craniums and broken bones here and everything. The slow motion replays. You were building her up to be the baddest woman walking the fucking planet. And now she's on a goddamn tag team.
All right. The main event is about to start. Jinder's coming out. They just announced Drew McIntyre versus Damian Priest next week on Raw, as well as Ivy Nile against Valhalla and Cody face-to-face with Pong. There it is. I called it. Yes. Into sheer.
the fact that your mic started to fucking snap, crackle, and pop right there was just showing the excitement there. I was like, damn, this man's just instantly like, I'm sick of your shit. I'm talking over here. We're getting cutting into this.
So who helps Seth from these big motherfuckers?
No one. And Jinder wins.
All right, let's go.
No hinder than Jinder.
Well, you know what? You're adding viable reasons for it to happen.
I am taking Jinder Mahal to win this match. I will stake my flag in that.
I'm gonna go with I'm still gonna go with Seth, but yeah, I'm all for the chaos though.
Some men just want to watch the world burn, Mr. Lang.
Right? He's definitely Punjabi, Punjabi prison match. We did get that. Yes. He's Indian. No, we got that. We touched on that. We clarified.
He's Canadian. He's portraying Indian.
I don't know if he was born. I don't know if he was born in Canada. I know either there's Canadian roots here. I know his family.
Why are you trying to deny Jinder?
I'm just trying to. I don't know the story, but I'm just being honest.
You took Brock in the fucking with open arms.
Oh, we traded him for Jericho. We traded fucking Brock for Jericho.
No, we didn't accept that trade. You just forced him upon us. He just fucking got dropped off at the airport and just we're like, well, fuck, you're fucking homeless, so we got to take you in.
Jericho's doing what every Canadian does when they hit 50. Move to Florida.
Yeah, well, he's very much fucking Florida man at this point. And that goes without saying. He ain't no Canadian man. He ain't apologizing for shit.
Right. I don't even know what that is. Oh, even with the beard, not the beard. The beard.
There.
Trying to
Winnie
be.
the Pooh.
Yeah, you can't. I don't like comparing Jack Perry to Jim Morrison.
The day it is towards the night.
Right.
Night divides the day.
I need a
Riders of the storm, riders of the glass.
Right. Don't hinder the Jinder. We're not going to do it. No way. Everyone's saying it. Hashtag don't hinder. I bet it's trending.
Right.
Anthony, how are you, sir?
See, there's the man you need to talk about of your trip to New Orleans there if you're going to set up the whole parade.
Right. You're going to have a good show to go to, Anthony. A-Town, I'm assuming. Oh, Aaron. Wow.
I don't know if that's just profiling. If you just took a name that started with A and just ran with
it. I saw A-Town in my head. I've been talking to Anthony a lot lately. Don't hinder the Jinder. A lot of people feeling.
That's the thing, though. It's so interesting. No one would be feeling this way. We would literally be like, well, this wasn't that great of an episode of Monday Night Raw. What are they going to do here? We'd be more focused on a Damian cash-in, which still could happen if Tony Khan put the phone down.
Yeah, nobody would have cared. This was just a nothing match. This was a match to, kill time on the way to Rumble. Now everyone's tuning in to be like, what's going to happen?
Now this is the biggest main event on Monday Night Raw in 2024.
It is. The most talked about match for sure.
Right?
And I know we had some friends pop up earlier that just, I get it. The tribalism is alive and well. But you got to realize what's happening here, guys. Like, this is going to draw way more attention than anything that happens on Wednesday.
I want to see the numbers for how much this segment jumps.
I'd love to see if McIntyre screwed Rollins, Jinder won, and Heath Slater came out out of nowhere. Yeah, we just get the 3MB reunion for the title. Right. Somewhere in his house, in a dark room, Tony Khan is watching Raw with his phone in his hand, wearing a Hell Froze Over t-shirt. I like that. All of that. Everything seems accurate.
100%. Now that you said that, I can picture it in my mind's eye. 100%.
Absolutely.
Nick and KJ, what are you guys' thoughts on Jack Perry debuting on New Japan with this delusional bad guy gimmick? I don't think it's delusional at all. I think it's very fitting and apropos.
Yeah, it's not delusional. It's accurate.
Saying he was the scapegoat for the whole Punk situation. He was. And even if you feel he wasn't, the narrative's been painted there. So you might as well lean into it.
Yeah, even if internally, like a Tony and that don't feel that that's the truth, they're playing into that the internet aggression. They're playing into the peripheral fans of a lot of people said, well, thank you. How many people thanked Jack Perry? He was trending when Punk returned because that many people blamed him for Punk being at Survivor Series. So he's playing into it, and as I got to give him credit.
Absolutely. I thought it was fantastic, but I find it also interesting now, just bringing up that whole point of how much AEW seems to pick and choose when they want to lean into internet narratives.
Be smart. That's it. You gotta try and be smart. And again, him showing up on AEW might have been a tough shout. Him doing what he did in New Japan might actually soften the blow a little.
Oh, 100% does it. I think you completely. I would say even if he was legitimately out of AEW and he went to New Japan, I think he fits much better in that roster than he does in AEW.
Matt, I honestly felt I really wanted Jinder to come out with a shirt that said, "Who is Hook?" ?
Or even just a who.
Right. All right, John.
Look,
good to
I
see
forgot
you.
I should have used that for the call outs for the show of just who are you? Who? Maharaja Jinder Mahal.
I think the added little twist here of Indashir at ringside is interesting.
And the extra pyro, allegedly.
Listen, I think Tony Khan will be like it. Listen, and I don't like using the ratings. To me, the ratings are an internal litmus test of where you're at against yourself. But
Right.
if they hit 900,000 during Samoa Joe and Hook, I'll be shocked.
I like Seth's gear here, but yeah, no bat signal, no bat signal,
No,
no bat signal.
you got to remember, Hook was challenging Joe, and you fluffed it with two other people that are better challengers than Hook in the same segment. That's Tony's fuck up, not Hook's.
But again, though, as much as he built up the whole situation here with Jinder, you diminished everything with Hook because
Yeah.
no one was paying attention to that. Now you've got like Booker out there of, can anyone remember a Hook win? Can anyone remember a Hook match?
Not really.
Right. So that's the thing is you've now built up the other company's guy and diminished your guy.
Absolutely, Nick. And we got the ding ding as a distraction gives Jinder the instant advantage over Seth.
Right. Oh, Seth Keller's back. Roll through.
I think me and you are the only
two. Class.
Right.
Dodges the stomp. Taking Seth through a 10. Wait, it's only on 1 day a week. What? Oh, if Jinder loses, we're not watching Raw again for a whole week.
And the commentary talking about how it was trending on social media and it was talked about on social media all week long. I think this is that like just rubbing salt in the wounds.
But even if Jinder loses,
it doesn't matter.
It's you're doing nothing but winning. You're playing with house money now at this point.
Right.
Thank you, Tony Khan, for giving us extra fucking leeway here.
Oh, face to face with Veer, the fastball man himself.
Slumdog Millionaire.
Hook was a sacrificial lamb thrown under the bus for the sake of, but an accidental sacrificial lamb.
Yeah.
Here comes Damian. Here comes Damian.
Catches strays.
The plot thickens and Seth is in trouble as he is surrounded by enemies. He needs a friend.
I need a hero.
Where's Punk when we need him?
Fuck. You might have just spoiled it.
Yeah.
That's where that happens. I want to beat you for the belt, not he does the Samoan Joseph. I want to beat you for the belt, not because somebody took the belt off you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right. Not bad. New shirt, just a fresh fish on the hook. If you just had like the Jesus fish with a hook, and then I like the idea, and then I like it.
We're getting to the shit to the Biblics, or even if you just came out with a black shirt and just said Jinder with the orange font. We're out here just making the man's own merch for him. We could have a whole Hook versus Jinder line. We don't have our own merch store or anything like that we could do this with.
Mm-hmm. Can you imagine if John Moxley returning to WWE? I think he's banned forever. Alongside the Wild Thing music, I don't think they'd pay for it. I want to hear the Trogs version. Yeah, but we heard that once by accident. Tony paid for the wrong one. I don't think
Moxley would ever want to go back to WWE, let alone before they'd even ask him.
Can I use skewers? No, I'm not coming.
What is your bleeding policy?
I'm currently working in the safest company in the world. Are you guys
right?
100%.
He would Poochie himself. I'm sorry. I need to go now. My planet needs me.
Our coal digging shade at TK a little bit. I haven't heard a lot because we're doing this, but bad news just threw out there that, he's been, just talking about the fact that he's been trending and he's been on social media. I like it.
It isn't shade though when it's facts.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing is it's not anything WWE tried to do.
Right.
It literally, he's the best PR guy for WWE.
He is. Right. Absolutely. You're not wrong. I mean, shit.
He gave us a reason to give a shit about tonight. Outside of this, we'd be talking about the Bills game right now.
Yeah, no shit, right? What if R-Truth prevents Priest from cashing in? That would be a twist. That'd be a twist.
Because you had it earlier to where Damian hit the finisher on him. Granted, I still think you're going to get Priest and he's going to go. That's the tease towards him going babyface, but it'd be a nice little note.
Now, folks, we are in a commercial break. I will remind everybody out there, make sure you hit like and subscribe. Remember, we are back tomorrow for NXT, a battle royal to find out who the number one contender is for the women's title. Plus, we get Ridge Holland taking on Coffee. It's going to be a good one. We're here for Dynamite. We're here for Impact, the first TNA show of 2024 and the return of their weekly show. They did the Snake Eyes in Vegas, Friday, the doubleheader, Saturday, Collision, if not more. We got so much coming your way, folks. So make sure, be a friend, tell a friend, as we are back to the main event.
Often imitated, never replicated, never duplicated. As Damian just sitting at ringside here.
It's interesting. Teasing all the things tonight. Know what my only fear is?
What?
That because TK took so much criticism this time, will he back off? I don't want him to back off. It makes for fun on social media and such if he keeps doing it.
No, because Tony Khan, granted, it's same state, just a county or so over. He's the Mike McDaniels of pro wrestling. Everybody seems to kind of like him for some reason. I don't quite get why, and he also doesn't know when to shut the fuck up.
I don't know what Triple H has up his sleeve tonight, guys. But Jinder just stretching out Seth.
It's been a hot minute since you've seen an abdominal stretch used for a hold spot in a match.
I like it, man. We need more of this shit. You got to build tension. You got to build to the point. You just run around like a madman, then you keep saying it. You have your peaks before the end.
Well, and if anything, Jinder is very much going to be your old school heel there. Like we joked when he was cutting his whole anti-USA promo and everything with, the Hatui.
Oh, big forearm by Jinder. Moxley can't come back till he grows enough hair for a comb over.
That or admit that you're a ball, John. Pick one or the other. You can't do both.
WWE not scared of Detroit. WWE, we not scared of Detroit. Let's go, Bucks.
We ready. We ready. That's like the Bills with we get KC at home for the first time.
Right.
We ready. We ready. Discus elbow from Seth onto Jinder. Is the Bucks, Young Bucks, a ratings draw on AW? No.
They have not proven to be. And that's just based on stats. Not my opinion. I'll put my opinion aside. Based on the stats I've seen, they do not move the ratings needle.
And even then, that's not just a last week thing. That's over almost a year at this point.
I'd argue
if anything, they are a negative when it comes to the ratings versus a draw.
People tune
They're
them
a
out.
net negative versus a net positive.
Absolutely. Wow. Springboard senton into a lion salt. Shout out Jericho.
Don't do that.
It's a dig.
Well, I was going to say, if it's a dig at, he did it better than Jericho. Everyone can do anything better than Chris Jericho, I feel, at this point.
Jinder versus will it ever happen? It could. Never say never, CX. I didn't think this was going to be happening.
Right. And it could still happen on a Raw. It doesn't mean it's going to be on a pay-per-view or anything like that. But Seth very much selling the knee.
Big. Oh. Wow. Falcon Arrow.
Oh,
Oh, shit.
Jinder muscles Seth up into a suplex, and then Seth counters it himself into a Falcon Arrow.
The Bucks couldn't draw money if you gave them a box of crayons. Facts. And that, to me, is the detriment of AEW at its core is Jericho's not a draw. The Bucks are not a draw. Adam Page is not a draw. And these are guys you give favoritism and preferential booking to. Rollins keeps grabbing at that knee.
I told you, he's selling it as he hits a pedigree, and it's a half-assed version of it. But yeah, like the Jeff Jarrett, broke 1,000 guitars, never drew a dime.
Oh, Veer
Veer just fucked up that whole spot.
You guys act like
I'm supposed to do what now here?
Y'all act like you never see all Lion Salt before. Jaws all on the floor like Pam and Tommy just walked in the door. No, I don't think we did we?
No, not at all.
He didn't just say what I think he did he?
Did he?
Seth to the top. Yeah, the only backfire of this whole match is if Seth gets injured and can't compete in the Mania or the
seriously. But then again, Seth's notorious for every match has a knee spot.
It's facts.
Are we about to go to a commercial with 3 minutes left? Swear
Damian's
to God,
up. They're talking about, is this Damian's chance?
But do it. Drew. Do it. Listen to me.
Drew's here again. This guy just won't fuck off.
Yeah. What are you doing in my swamp, bitch? You were in my swamp.
There you go. They're fighting. Match it a little bit boring. I don't mind it. It might not be a barn burner.
Trust me, I know we're all excited for it and we were all hyped for it because, Twitter's a thing.
Oh, shit.
But we weren't expecting this to be a 5-star.
Down.
1, 2, count 2, down, count 2 out.
That is crazy.
So Drew and Damian fight off into the abyss. So no cash in.
Drew's a stalker.
Jinder, and they're bigging up Jinder. This is his chance. This is his opportunity. You better lose yourself in a moment.
Oh, we got a distraction. We got the chair from and Rollins taking a swing.
Veer with the distraction.
Oh, the money in the bed to the head. No way. Setting up the
cross. Come on. Do it.
Dose.
1, 2.
Dose. What?
Now you know he's losing, though, because if they were going to do it, that's when he would have done it.
No, that's your moment. You make everyone believe, and then you yank. So
that's what I'm saying. He ain't winning it now.
No. No.
Oh, Seth rolls through on the Colossus into the stomp as Indusher gets thrown out. 1, 2, off. I don't like.
What?
To do it that quick, I don't like.
You're out of time.
They're doing it right on the top of the fucking hour.
Right? Again, like you said, Jinder had his chance. You thought, oh, shit, made everybody think for a second, and then yank. And that's how it goes. I'm good with it. Drew cost
that shit sizzle. Like,
well,
all right, we're out of time.
It's not a pay-per-view. You're not going to have a 25-minute match.
I'm not even saying give it another minute or two.
What's the difference between 60 seconds?
60 seconds. That's a whole TV show about 60 seconds. What are you talking about?
Gone in 60 seconds.
Right.
Tony Khan is laughing. Jinder, why Jinder? Damn you, Drew. Was waxed.
More people are mad because Jinder didn't win.
Yeah, everyone's mad that Seth retained. That is hilarious.
It's almost interesting. Could you have made Seth a heel out of this?
Yeah, fuck.
I know it's a reach. Well, again, it's
They'll forget
7%
next
of
week.
your audience, and you're just listening to the vocal minority here.
Well, and listen, yeah, right. I mean, at the end of the day, we never thought that Jinder was going to win this one. It was just fun to watch. Jinder should have won.
They hindered the Jinder.
Right. Takes a briefcase to the head and then takes a finisher right after and then kicks out. He's the champ. You can't keep him down. Come on now. That's some Roman shit. No, he would have cheated if it was Roman shit. 5-2, 8.
Like I said, I think if you would have given it a minute, 2 minutes tops after that and built more to the finish rather than boop, boop, boop right afterwards.
Yeah, that's all right. Like,
what's the difference? She said that.
Hey, fuck. I'm gonna cry myself to sleep. Yeah, we will take a rating out of 10 if you're still here right now. And I know we got almost 80 people hanging around. What did you think of the show out of 10? I'm really curious. And again, the internet frenzy is gonna get everyone into, oh my God, we really thought you really realistically shouldn't have thought that Jinder was gonna win this one, right?
See, it's so weird because we've joked about and how I know I've specifically said of don't get mad because they didn't do the narrative you wrote. But at the same time, no one really expected Jinder to win, I feel, but we just all were like, what if?
Right.
It would have been hilarious if they did.
Right?
Oh my God, if they do it, holy shit.
Jinder is all elite, but that is their job to give you that what if. And I admit, when Indus Sher came out, I was like, what is up with this? The inclusion of Indus Sher was almost, we could have probably done without it and still got where we were going.
Mm-hmm. Well, no, respectfully, they didn't even try to do the what if. That man there that you had in the corner there is the one who did the what if. Literally, the competition to WWE is the one that created the narrative of what if.
Yeah. And again, if you want to run this, hit rewind on our live stream. When he got hit with that suitcase and they counted the 1-2, my man's right next to me was up.
I was losing my vocal cords.
And that's what makes it good. That's what you want. Your fans are like, holy shit, they might actually do it. And then the champ stomps them out and we go home.
Right. No one's truly mad at it. You had your moment.
I won't say that.
I got excited that they might have done it.
Yeah.
But they didn't, and I get it, and I respect it.
Oh, I can hear the tribal skid marks right now of like, it's gonna be fun. The internet's gonna be fun.
So now my question is, because Tony views it of, well, they didn't pull the trigger on Jinder, so I'm gonna pull the trigger on Hook.
Man, I hope so. Come on now.
Right. So where's gonna be all the Hook cheers? Is everybody pulling for Hook to beat Samoa and Joseph?
Yeah, no, not likely. I mean,
does it come around?
Realistically, that match shouldn't go more than 5 minutes.
The man had a bat signal. He should sit there and just drop in, fucking choke him out, and just like leave with the title.
You just crowned this brand new dominant champion in Samoa Joe. He should not go 15, 20 minutes with Hook. He shouldn't. If you want us to believe he's the bulldozer. And that is where the difference is, right? Yeah, you're right, and he will. And then they'll talk about what a 5-star match it was.
But that depends. I will say this: it does depend on how the match is, because as much flack as Hook's gotten, Hook would not be in this spot again if it wasn't for his boss, which is an issue.
Mm-hmm.
Because this would have just been, we would have been looking at it's Hook challenging Samoa Joe, and if Hook would have shown up and this became a barn burner and everything, we'd be praising Hook. Yeah. Now, because Tony ran his mouth and ran his thumbs, now Hook's got to live up to this expectation and this whole thing that is put on this match that nobody else asked for. Nobody else was setting up. Nobody else was prepared for. Yeah, no, I completely agree with that. Raw is an F, wasn't good. I don't agree with that, but that's fair, Jordan. Here's the good news. I predict Jinder is going to face The Rock at WrestleMania. I predict you might be on the vitamins. Show me the good news. Yeah, 7 out of 10.
7.5 out of 10. I'm fine with Seth winning, but I hate the finish. Again, that's modern wrestling in a nutshell, though, Boston. Everybody kicks out of fucking everything, and then you fit it in. Yeah, I agree with you, but I'm so used to it. Ooh. I'm not mad about it.
Well, that's why I've been trying to click on MD's comment here that I was getting popping me here of what was the cage match rating?
Yeah, the 74 people voted that it was a 6 out of fucking 10.
If we leave it up long enough, Tony will respond.
Right. Jinder versus Gunther for the IC belt. I'd be okay with that, I guess. You'd have to push Gunther more of a baby face, though. And I like Jay better as a contender.
Oh, yeah. Jay, well, that's a great moment that we had tonight with Raw. Mm-hmm. Outside of what we anticipated the main event to be, your thoughts on Raw, your rating on Raw.
I liked Raw tonight. Again, we're 2 weeks away, so there's still a lot of things that were being put into place for a build, Nick. So I liked kind of what they did, with Rhea and having Becky come out after Becky losing to Nia and Nia having a showdown with Rhea. They did the same thing with Drew and Cody. Yeah, was it the hottest of shows? No, but the whole build to Jinder was fun as fuck. I'm tired of Drew McIntyre screwing up these cash-ins with Damian. I think Boston, our buddy in the chat, said last week of you can only go down that well so many fucking times before we're tired of it. 0 to 10, no hook. I think overall it was a good show. I'll give it a 7.5. A bonus mark for Tony Khan.
7.5 is a good show.
Yeah. Would it not be?
That's like a C plus.
A 75%. I think that's a decent show. That's good.
Fair enough.
Good.
Great. I'll go 6. I'll go 6.
You really didn't like the show?
Well, it's not even that I didn't really like it. I think it just it was a their show. It was a placeholder upon anything outside of, and again, I know we all got excited for it. Through no means from WWE were we supposed to be excited for this show.
Mm-hmm. Well, I get what you're saying for sure. In that regard,
and respectfully, did it deliver? The biggest moment out of the entire show, and the only moment I think anybody popped for anything outside of a little bit of R-Truth, was the briefcase spot. Veer hit Seth with the briefcase. We get the Halas. We think we're gonna get Jinder as champion. All of that. Outside of that, it was forgettable.
Yeah, again, I think for me, especially being such a story guy, I thought there was a lot of build for the Rumble. I thought the same thing on Friday, and I liked a lot what we got. This, for a 3-hour show, it didn't feel long, didn't feel bored. Again, are we gonna, remember anything major from this show? Probably not, but I thought it was decent. WWE wasn't having Seth lose a random Raw. Triple H isn't Vince, and I completely agree with you. Seth's title reign has really been legit, 100%, man. Fighting champion.
Well, we've talked about it before, when he won the title he's established, and that's why he was the best fit for that belt. He's established that and solidified that as a world championship now.
Right. 8.5 from Damian. 7.
7 Jinders out of 10.
7 Jinders out of 10. Right. Have a blessed night. Good night, Jordan. But 7.5 out of 10. The show was good. I'd say 7.5 is more of a B. Yeah, 75%. I mean, I think it's a good, not great, right? If I'm gonna go to great or awesome, we're looking at 8.5, 9.
Well, that's fine. Our system still more, has more credibility than Meltzer's fucking rating. But yeah, I'll 6. You could maybe push me to a 6.5, but I'm not going to meet you there at a 7 or a 7.
Okay, that's perfectly fine. I mean, again, different perspective. Some people gave it a fucking 5. But
some people gave it a 0 because no one from AW showed up on that show.
It feels like the majority of the chat's feeling like somewhere between a 7 and an 8 for tonight. Nah, Nick made a good point. We're not sure which one that was.
Or if I ever did.
Right. Triple H and Santonia, thank you card. After the ratings come out,
Facts.
Tony, yeah. Yeah, again, to your point, being that we didn't get a lot, Nick, I mean, that's, a lot of the extra buzz was thanks to Tony. This was, just this is a build show, a show to get ready for a big show coming, and Tony made it must-see TV.
The biggest thing we had in our thumbnail was Jinder that in the deleted tweet responding to Tony and all of that. Like, that's the thing, is this was just going to be another pretty average, probably halfway decent. Monday Night Raw on the road to WrestleMania. We might have maybe had a thing or two changed up.
Yeah.
But the best PR that they got for this whole show was Tony Khan.
Mm-hmm. You're 100% factual on that. And again, I think that's where sometimes I caution the fans to remember, just because we all got amped up to tune in to see what happened with Jinder because of Tony, doesn't mean Triple H is changing shit about what his plans were for tonight. So,
but one could hope.
One could hope. And they had that moment where everybody was like, oh, shit.
That's the thing, is they played the fuck into it as much as they could.
Uh-huh.
But again,
yeah.
Sorry, I was just going to say, like, we both talked about it. Don't be mad when they don't do the story that you wrote up.
Right. Yeah, that's it. Right. Again, again, you can criticize it for being a little flat. It wasn't the most exciting match. It wasn't the most, it's not going to make match of the year, guys.
Well, not even the match, the show as a whole. To me,
right.
Overall, it was plodding more than anything.
Yeah, because I know what's going to happen. Wednesday's going to come, and they're going to go 15 minutes, and they're going to get 5-star rating from Meltzer, and all the AEW schmarks are going to say, we'll see, it was way better than the Raw main event, but it shouldn't be, right? And then this one wasn't a great main event. Nobody, if you're a WWE guy, that was an amazing main event tonight, it wasn't. It was all fucking smoke and mirrors.
But again, like I was saying, if anybody, when it comes to Wednesday or anything like that, if you want to compare Joe and Hook to Seth Rollins and Jinder, the only one who's even started that narrative is your boss, is Tony Khan. That's the thing, is no one was upset about either match being made. No one was talking about either match being made. No one was comparing anything until Tony just decided to hop on his menstrual cycle and run everybody over on Twitter.
It's hilarious. Yeah, whose man's is this? Can someone come collect it?
Right, exactly.
Yeah, and I agree with Finisher Wrestling as far as the comparison there. Brett was tired of losing, getting angry. The only thing I want from Drew is a little more of an edge. Dig into it a little better than he is. He's still kind of just got a few toes in the angry pool. He's got to get angrier.
Well, he needs to just be like Shrek and just kick his way out of the fucking porta potty here. Piss and get off the pot. Fucking actually do something. I'd rather hear the somebody once told me than him just out there of, you can't decide whether you're a babyface or a heel the whole fucking time.
I think you just turned Smash Mouth into a metal band there for a second.
100%. I did my time, and I want to.
KJ and Nick, can you believe that we're getting snow down here in Louisiana? Holy shit, in the swamp.
Well, you're getting Dolph Ziggler versus Matt Cardona in GCW. You've got CM Punk in WWE. R-Truth is the top merch seller in pro wrestling right now. Hell and every layer underneath Hell, all 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 layers of them have frozen over. So everybody should be getting snow right now.
Right. I love Hook. I love Joe. I hate this book. That's exactly how I feel, Larry. I love them both. I don't want to ridicule either one. I don't want to ridicule the match. I want to watch the match and enjoy it. But somebody's making me critique shit.
Right.
Tonight's Raw, 7 out of 10. Jinder. Sorry to run through that real quick, AJ, but 7 out of 10 from AJ as we look towards the door here on this Monday night. I will remind everybody we are back tomorrow. The main event was fine at best. With a terrible finish. I still don't think the finish was that terrible, and I get it. It was a bit of a, yoink, we got to get out of here. Yeah, it was a quick turnaround. And again, it's a bit of a modern wrestling finish where you kick out a stupid shit and then the other guy doesn't. But, it was fine. It was, it was passable. But that's all we expected when they announced it.
Right. Again, the expectation here was set by the president, the owner of the other company.
Right. But I did. I liked the Gunther stuff tonight. I didn't mind. I thought tonight's show moved well. That's why I'm giving it the mark I gave it. it might not have been the most memorable show or the deepest of shows. It just didn't bore me, so I'm good with it.
That's fine. To each their own. I mean,
yeah, absolutely. Seems to me the AW faithful base, their fandom more on hatred. Yeah, that's it. That's the problem. Celebrate what you love, opposed to like we're all going to get together and hate this thing.
Yeah, they run more on hate, vitriol, and cannibalism, because now you're even seeing to where even if you are out there wearing AEW hoodies and everything, reviewing WWE shows, the second you say anything halfway positive, the tribe turns on you. It's Lord of the Flies out here. Instead of Lord of the Flies, it's Lord of the Smarks.
Right. And that's why I call them skid marks. And that's the deepest of tribal people that refuse on either side. Both companies have them, but those skid marks that just show up and they start spewing venom with no facts and no idea what the other company's doing. And
yeah, it's just regardless of brand loyalty, there is that like zombie horde movement throughout the IWC, like you said there, of literally just I just hate everything because you enjoy things.
Right. And on that wonderful note, Damian reminds us that we have 3 title matches on Dynamite on Wednesday. I can't wait for it. It's going to be a fun one. But before Wednesday, we got Tuesday. We will be back here on Tuesday for NXT, and we'll be here all week long for all your wrestling needs. We are the alternative commentary, and we are the channel that just covers more live wrestling than anyone else out there, folks. Don't forget it. Be a friend, tell a friend. Click all that link below, and make sure you've already hit like and subscribe for the handful of people that are still hanging around. Thank you very much.
Our shit is real. Our shit is raw. When you talk about that wrestling, you better put that for life with it. Yeah, I fucked up my own outro. Fuck off.
See you on the flip side, folks. Good night.